Shalom, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every weekend to prophesy to the downfall of Babylon. And we're here to wake up the logo people, which are Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulon, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, so-called New York, Latino, Native Americans. And double honor to the Apostle of Great Millstone. And we give all praise to Yahweh Shah by Shem Dash, and double honor to the Apostle of Great Millstone.
Fine, you know, we out here another week, you know, Lord willing to be edified, but we had the confusion going on all week with the 12 tribes and the sign, and you know, you got to get back to the milk of things, because it's obviously those guys must have been drinking a lot of sour milk. You know, they jumped ahead, thinking that they just super deep, man. But we gonna, you know, I'm gonna go into the fact of who we are, how we are Israel. Okay.
You want me to get something, I get it. I'll bring that.
Yeah, that's right, you know. We got to get back to our foundation. You know, this milk is our foundation scripture. And this is what let us know who we are, on top of the way the brother just brought out the different tribes. This is the attraction. You know, this is the hook and lure, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And then upon that, then you find out more things about your true history. Like it all begins back with Cain and Abel, man. You know, even the serpent in the garden. Okay? All these things are written for our learning.
Yeah, and if I can say this, because people think that Cain is that serpent, the serpent, and Cain, the serpent is Cain's father. That's a lie, man. Okay? Cain was Adam's actual son. Okay? Cain was not Eve did not commit adultery. Okay? That bullshit doctrine going around right now too. Okay?
Did they bring that out in the
What
church?
they saying? Eve committed adultery.
Yeah, that's the fruit.
Oh yeah, because they're saying that in order to bring on the nation, Adam and Eve, I don't know about that, the adultery thing, but they saying Adam and Eve had sex and they had children, and the children had sex with each other. That was incest. That's a thing called, they believe in creationism. You know, that's what that is all going down into. Because then they have to prove how the lineages came about,
Right.
how man was created. You know,
You still got people in church that believe that Adam and Eve was one man and one woman, not knowing that was the whole creation. That was the whole creation of the first humans here on, so-called humans here on Earth.
okay. Yeah, I was going to prove that what he just said.
Yeah, you get it.
Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that Yahweh created man, in the likeness Yahweh made him, male and female, created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created.
And that's the name of the first creation. You got to keep in mind also that a day to the Lord is like 1,000. A day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. So he didn't just create one man and one woman and then a line of incest. No, that was a whole creation. And Adam just so happened to be the name of that creation. Okay?
Yeah, mankind was called Adam.
Adam, Khan.
Yep. But then you had Adam himself, you know, which had the law,
Right.
you know. So you had Adam, and then you had Adam, which you would call the Adamites,
Adam,
you know. Who's really Israelites? That's why the Lord, I mean, Jake got to get the understanding.
Right.
And we don't want to say anything because you're going to have these tried and refried guys are going to say some other new doctrine. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a lot here, bro.
Yeah, if I can say this, because you said mankind was called Adam, right? Everybody back then was called Adam. There was 3 separate classifications of man back then out of Adam.
Yep.
Okay, if mankind was called Adam, there was 3 classifications.
Yep.
You had the sons of God,
Yep.
the sons of the wicked,
Yep.
and the sons of man.
Yep.
Okay, and you still have that example here today. The sons of God are the Israelites. The sons of the wicked are these Edomites, the so-called white people.
Yep.
And the sons of man are the people like the Ishmaelites, which are modern day Arabians, the what is it? The Cooks.
Elamites.
Japhetic.
Yeah.
The so-called
Anybody
Eastern
that isn't a
Israelite.
son of God or a son of the wicked, it's a son of man.
No, with son of God is really the son of light. The sons of light, the children of light.
Right.
And Adam, I mean, it goes in many different ways. Adam come from the Hebrew Adama, which means ground. You know, and the ground come from different shades of color. So these are one of those homophones, you know, where the word goes in different levels. You got to be able to apply that word to what you're talking about. That's why when you get a definition in a dictionary, it'll say A, B, C, D, E. You know, go ahead, brother.
Okay.
You said Genesis.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 7:6.
I'm in Genesis. Yeah, man, because you got to know the classification, you know,
Right.
where things apply.
And that's, you know, this is a classification as well.
All right. This is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. For the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Who's our special people? 12 tribes of Israel. Simple and plain. The Lord chose us. Okay? He didn't choose everyone.
You gotta look, say what that word holy means too.
Oh yeah, separate. We are separate people. We're separate from all the other nations. That's mentioned also in Genesis, the table of nations.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people.
Yeah, when you read the scripture, and I always say this even to the young brother, little brother Ian, as the brother just said, what holy means, as you keep reading the scripture, it breaks down the interpretation of what you're looking for. So when you read the word holy, and you keep reading, it says above all people.
Right.
You know?
That's that separation.
That's the separation. You know?
It's a classification of people.
Yeah.
It's like a dictionary.
That's right.
No, it's like another dictionary.
We'll keep on reading all we did this now.
All right. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you,
Who's the you? The other nations.
because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
But that's talking about
That's
Israel.
still talking about Israel. Yeah.
Okay,
But he said he didn't choose you because you were few in number. But go ahead. That's all right. That's all right.
But because the Lord loved you,
Right.
and because he wouldn't keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen in the hand of the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt.
So what the Lord is saying is, I didn't choose you because you were few in number or the way you look. Is because I chose you because I chose you under me because you were special people. I made you. You know. Remember, the Lord is not really dealing so much with the flesh. He's dealing with the spirit. You know, read that part over again, Ox.
Okay.
No, you can go over it.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 7:8. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath.
Go up to 7.
Okay. This is Deuteronomy 7:7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people.
So he didn't choose you because it was a whole bunch of you. Remember, we're the sand of the sea. But keep going.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Yep.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, had the Lord brought you out of a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of the Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
And this is in Genesis?
Yeah.
No, this
Again,
is Deuteronomy.
Oh, in Deuteronomy,
right.
it's still in the first 5 books,
Yeah.
which is of Moses.
Which
This
are
is
also prophetic books.
yeah, exactly. So this is telling you in Deuteronomy. So when did that change? All of a sudden, he sent his son to change it. Get the hell out of here. When you read the scriptures, the one you call Jesus came to who? The children of Israel.
That's right.
So now you're saying the Lord, he likes to make up. The Lord said, I'm not an author of confusion in 1 Corinthians 14:33.
Right.
So to say that the Lord now decided to choose heathen nations makes the Lord a liar. You know?
You let Esau tell it, our people will think we are the few.
Right.
But you know the Lord said we are like the sands of the sea. Okay, we're the majority. We're not the minority here. It's these other nations that's the minority. Okay?
Hey, sir. Hey, what you, Sicilian? You Sicilian? What are you? Italian? Right. You say you are Sicilian? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you one of us. You know? Possible.
I'm thinking the spirit. Yeah, you more like one of us. You know about the Sicilians, right? And the Moors that conquered Sicily?
What about them?
That was ran by so-called black people.
I did know that.
Right. Yeah. So the seed comes from the father. Right. So just because you got white skin don't make you a Caucasian.
Yeah, it's
I
a
never
different.
thought about it like that.
Right.
It's different.
See,
That's why we teach it.
Right. The Lord gave us
Yeah, I
this
seen
stuff.
him look at the sign. He was like,
But the way his spirit was, you
yeah,
can see
yeah.
he was.
Yeah, I seen. Hey, sir, I seen how you look. You know, I was like,
I'm trying to read it.
yeah, yeah. No, that,
I don't have my glasses in.
yeah, yeah. Well, this a devil. You know, Jesus ain't a so-called white man. You know.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right.
And that's what let you know that.
Jake, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's what let you know that we got the spirit of discernment. We
Yeah.
discern spirits up here. Like, we're not going to automatically look at a white guy and say, oh, that's an Edomite.
Yep.
It's all based on the spirit, the way he's
Yep.
sitting behind the wheel.
You can tell.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
tell.
yeah.
Hood on his head.
Yeah,
hood on his head.
yeah. And he called it. He said, "You Sicilian?" He said, "Oh, I'm Italian." That you know what that proves? That he don't even know his nationality.
Yeah.
Just because you're in a white skin, you still fit the curse.
Right.
I got news for you. A lot of the fucking Caucasians don't know their nationality.
Sure.
They don't know that they're Edomites.
Right.
And that shows you also that these other nations of people, if it comes down to it, and they have to go back to their homeland, they know where they're going. It's our people that don't know.
Yep.
That. You know, we don't have a place to go to. But these scriptures let us know who we are and where we're going to go. You know,
When you see them marches and them riots, and you see white people with Jake, guess what? 9 times out of 10, they ain't white boys. Them white people that be marching in the Black Lives Matter and shit. A lot of them are Israelites, man. That's a lot of it.
And they got 2 types of Italians. One is Nile people, and one is I don't know if you see it's like before mafia.
Right, those are Sicilians.
Yeah.
But you got Italian Edomites too. Don't get it twisted. Not everybody who's from Sicily is Israelites. You got to read the spirit. Because remember, the Edomites went down there in Sicily and conquered them too.
All that area. You got Greece as well.
Yep.
A lot of those Greeks, you know, they appear to be Edomites, but you look at their spirit, they act like Sicilians.
Yep.
Proving that Hannibal conquered that whole entire area.
Yep. That's why we know Cornelius was an Israelite.
Yep.
Okay? When you look at the book of Romans, why was Paul speaking in the book of Romans? If all the Romans were just Edomites. Think about it. He already told you what tribe he's from.
And he made a distinction, ye men of Israel.
Right.
And he was speaking to the crowd.
Yep.
You know, Paul always made that distinction who he was talking to.
Yep. Absolutely.
But these Christians, they run straight to Paul. What Paul said.
Yeah, well, Paul, the Gentiles.
Showing that they don't understand it.
The next time when them Christians come up with the word Gentile, let's go to the definition of homophone. That's my favorite definition for it. That just slices it, man. You know, oh, go ahead, brother. Now, you want to Genesis?
Yeah, no, that's Genesis.
All right, Genesis, I'm going to go to the 5th chapter. 4th chapter, 5th verse. It says, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? I don't know if that's what
The beginning where it says, she birthed Cain and Abel.
Let's go from the beginning.
Yeah,
4:1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep. Okay? But Cain was the tiller of the ground.
God.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's another distinction letting you know who the so-called white man is and who we are. Because you know we were plain men. Esau wanted to be out in the ground. You know, he wanted to be out in the wilderness. But we didn't get to that yet. But we're gonna get to Jacob and Esau. But I brought out Cain and Abel to show you that it's always been about so-called black and white. You know, it started with Cain and Abel. Okay. She had 2 sons, and it's gonna get to where you can keep reading.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back over that because it said in and she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was the keeper of sheep. Think about that. What did Yahweh shall always say? Go to the lost sheep. Right. So only Abel was the keeper of the law. Right. And it says Cain was the tiller of the ground, meaning Cain was more. He wasn't spiritual. He was more carnal. Right. Because he was about the physical, carnal part. Okay. Right. And in the field. Right. That proves when you read this scripture, this proves it's Esau. Yep. He was the tiller of the ground, which means that he's the one that's building all these buildings and shit, man. And it says, and in the process of time came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground and offered unto the Lord. Okay, and Abel, he also brought the first offerings of his flock and of fat thereof. Showing that he knew the difference between a righteous sacrifice. Right. Cain brought a wicked sacrifice. Right. When Abel knew what to do. You know, the Lord's sacrifice, he wants, you know, the blood, you know, the fat of beasts. Okay? Right. And Cain also, though he was a tiller of the ground, right? He's bringing forth wicked fruit. Right. He was, and that was Esau. When you go to the future, and technically, that wicked fruit, look what he's doing physically in the earth today. He's not keeping the land Sabbath. He's growing GMO foods. We getting wicked fruit. We got fruit that don't even have seeds. Right. Okay. We got GMO. Everything is GMO as far as it's coming out of the ground, and as far as animals. Yeah. Because he's creating animals in the land. Yeah. Where the hell is all this chicken meat coming from? Right. So this proves Esau was Cain was the so-called white man. That's right. Because he's offering up wickedness to the children of Israel. Abel represents the children of Israel. Okay? Goes on to say, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. That's Esau. Yep. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? Right. Showing that Esau does not have nothing in his body for him to do well, man. You know? Yep. Goes on to say, and if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door. And the Lord already knew what Cain was going to do, man. Okay? And unto thee shall he be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Okay? Right? Because, let me read this again. And sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Okay? So right now, Esau is ruling over, Cain is ruling over Abel. But guess what? In the end, Abel's going to rule over Cain. It goes on to say, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel and his brother and slew him. And you still see Esau to this day trying to put us on that, man. You know, and later on pick up still with Jacob and Esau. Yep. Precept.
Proverbs 21 and 27. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind? And that's right. Esau, every sacrifice Esau does is with a wicked mind. He sacrifices kids to Baal, man. All his sacrifices are wicked. You know, he slaughtered damn near all the Native Americans when he first came over here. He's still to this day trying to slaughter us all off.
I'm gonna get to the point. I'm gonna jump to the point at 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. And now I was going to say that goes into also where when under reincarnation, that the Lord driven Esau. The Babylonians pushed Esau to the Caucasus Mountains, man. Okay, so it happened then, and it happened again. And guess what? It's going to happen again.
Yep.
You know, Esau, the so-called white man, okay, he's going to be driven back. We're going to have him working in the field and on the rocks, man.
That's right.
You know? What'd you say?
It's about, and also it has a few things that we're talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. I guess I'll go through 6.
Right.
It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right, so you gotta break that down.
So when it says he neither keepeth at home, like he said, he's going around bombing places, causing death, killing innocent people. He's not even where he's supposed to be at, which is the caves.
That's right. Yep. Yep. Heathen. Go ahead. 2 words. No, go ahead.
For enlargeth his desire as hell and as death. Like I said, he's killing people. Death and hell.
With vaccines, GMO foods.
It's pollution, killing people.
Yep. Over our heads right now as we speak.
Like I said, he's going around bombing places.
This is right here.
Yep.
This is like a bomb. You know when you bomb a house for termites and shit, you set off them bombs. That's a bomb is really like a spray, and that's what he's doing.
You should try to beat this guy.
What guy?
The guy across the street. Keep on looking.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can pay them, man.
Oh no.
All right, go ahead. Look over. Just ask him, is he a Christian? You know? You want the last one?
I'm still with 5. Want me to go with 6?
No, just hold it. Just appreciate it.
Alright.
You want something else? Okay, I'm gonna get this last part. Behold, he has driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
And that's what Esau is. The so-called white man is a fugitive and a vagabond. Right. When they sent them, they sent them criminals from England over to Australia and America. Those were criminals that was, kicked out of their land. And they were fugitive and vagabond since then.
You can see they homos, man.
Yeah, come.
They on the down low. When they try to act tough and shit.
They call them bosom buddies.
Bosom buddies. Yep. You know? It goes on to say, and a vagabond really means just a traveler. You know? And that's what the brother just read in Habakkuk. You know? And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Now why is that? If anybody knows, why did he say that? He said that because the Lord took his color, and he became a so-called white man.
That's to give you that distinction of who he is.
But what you said on the last part of that scripture?
Yeah, because when you read Genesis 4, he said, I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond, and everybody that sees me shall slay me.
Right.
Right? Let me get to the point.
Like he was born as Jacob, he called out his name, Joshua.
Yep.
Because of the look, like his look. He was wasted away. He's big.
Right. Because, let me read it again. Behold, thus have driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. That's called the mark of Cain. The mark of Cain was taking this complexion. Think about it, because if he was already a dark person, how'd everybody on the earth want to slay him?
Right.
At that time, it was a sin to be a leprous.
Right, right. How would they know he's different?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when he had that white skin, you know, in fact, when he was honestly, when he was reincarnated, he came back as Esau.
Yep.
That was the really the mark of Cain. You know?
You know about that song?
Right, like even animals, it shows that Esau is recessive. His genes are recessive. Like even in the animal world, if a youngin come out born and look different from the rest, they normally kill that. They kill that birth off, showing you that it wasn't, you know, it's something different about him that don't sit well with the rest of the group. Esau doesn't sit well with us.
Even the mother, she don't nurture them.
Right.
When you see those in the animal kingdom, when you see an animal like a different color or something, it's looked at as being weak, you know?
Yep.
And that's the one that end up dying.
You're right. The mother don't feed them well. You know. You can figure that out.
Yeah, because a lot of them animals, when they don't have no pigmentation and stuff, they easy to spot. A lot of the animals be having like camouflage and stuff like that. You can't blend in.
You can't blend in.
You know. You see a white line, you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck
You
is
gotta
this?
get him out of here. Yeah, he gonna give up our cover.
Right?
Yeah.
We ain't never gonna be able to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, it's Genesis 17:1. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God, walk before me and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and Yahweh talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations.
Yeah. You know, people will go back and say, you know, we all come from Abraham, but Abraham, the covenant was made with us, you know, of our righteous seed. He didn't make a covenant with the rest of the nation. The covenant was with Israel.
Keep going.
Jump on Genesis 49.
17:49.
You know, the Lord didn't include these other nations in that covenant. It was not an all-inclusive deal.
All right, this is Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
And this brings us back to this, when he sat his sons down and told him what was going to befall him in these last days. That's why we had this sign here, because this was the prophecy of where these people may dwell in this future time. Okay, so we would know who our people is, and we would know who these other nations are. Okay, because the Lord didn't make covenant with so-called white people. You Edomites of the Bible, okay? And the Lord definitely don't have covenants with people who given into the lust of the flesh, having sex with the same sex, you know? The Lord is not dealing with that.
Or animals.
Con.
Nowadays, you gotta hide your goddamn animals.
Yeah.
You don't put the dog on the leash, you gotta put these devils on leashes, man.
Right, right. They say they didn't even want Esau with the around the animals, the dogs, man.
Right.
Because these wicked Edomites would start having sex with the animals.
Yep.
You know, making the animals perverted, man. You Ammonites, you Moabites, whatever you are, y'all not exempt. Y'all had your hand and took part in the slavery of us now. That's why we had to come to your stores and buy your dog meat, you know, your abominable foods. Meanwhile, y'all sitting in the back, not even eating what they serve us.
Right.
You look what Moab eat, they don't eat the shit they serve us, man.
You see them eating vegetables and rice.
Yep.
Real rice, not the plastic
I
rice.
was just...
God. Well, basically, he was getting them and he was sitting his sons down and letting them know what's going to happen in the last days, where they may dwell, you know. And when the northern kingdom was sent over here, you know, that's one of the things that let us know that the chart is on point. Like if you go down to where he Zebulon. You can't, it's certain, well, all these you can't deny. But certain of these breakdowns of when he's giving his blessing to his children, you can't deny who they are, man.
But yeah. This is Genesis 49:3. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be it for a haven of ships.
And we have something in South America called the Panama Canal. And that's where, you know, they cut off, they made it easier for ships when they bringing in product. Instead of going all the way around the bottom tip of South America, they could come straight through the Panama Canal. And that's a haven for ships. Like that's like that's like a toll, like we on a highway to get into another state or another city. You go through there and it make it easy. It give you a quicker, easier route to go deliver your product. And that's what lets us know that Zebulun, they on point with that prophecy right there of Zebulun, the haven of ships, which is the Panama Canal.
You know, to go out of your way to try to disprove a prophecy, you know what I'm saying, means you a demon scoffer, man.
Well, if
you're
you
beyond a scoffer.
If you can't find out who those people are,
Yeah.
if they don't fit, who do it fit?
Yeah, who does it fit? And that's what I said before.
Those
If it doesn't fit, the spirit of these people don't fit, then who the Israelites? Yeah, I guess the Gooks the Israelites too.
Like, if I could say this, if you could read the 19th verse.
Genesis 19?
Yeah, the 49 and 19.
Oh, 49.
Yeah, because who else would it fit then? Because each tribe has a particular spirit to come all together in one accord. When you read Hosea 1:11, it tells you that. The children of Judah and the children of Israel. So how do we know? The captivity, the curses we know is on the ships with so-called Negroes and other tribes too. The northern tribe, some of them was on ships too. Because not all of Judah was over in West Africa, man. You had northern tribes over in that region too. Not all of them under King Shalmaneser V fled and came to the Americas. Some of them stayed back, you know? And some of them would look like us. That's why you got brothers up here, that's northern tribe.
Right. You got Zebulun and Naphtali here.
Yeah, because you got, honestly, you got, when the northern tribe came here on the ships, guess what? They got raped by Esau. They lost their complexion. But some of the northern tribes stayed back, and they came over on ships as well, looking like Judah.
Yep. And the first slaves actually came from Portugal and Spain.
Spain and Portugal, which were dark people, until Esau conquered Spain. Spain was a Jake. Maybe going to the Dark Ages, man. Yep. The first slave ships, like brother said, came from Spain and Portugal, man. The Portuguese, man, they were Jakes.
The brother wanted to pull the
Yeah,
scripture. This is Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Yeah, with the tribe of Gad is the so-called Native Americans. When the so-called white man came to this land, they stole this land.
Right.
Yep. Okay, and they think that they're not going to have to pay for that. And then they named all these rivers and lakes and stuff after
Native American.
after Gadites.
Yeah.
It's like
Lake Erie,
Patuxent River.
Susquehanna River.
Yeah.
Chesapeake Bay.
And then they got freaking mascots and stuff after the fucking the Native Americans.
Right. And another point on that,
Seminoles, Florida State Seminoles.
Yep.
Washington Redskins.
Washington Redskins.
Cleveland Indians.
Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
What you about to say?
A troop shall overcome them. If that ain't the so-called Native Americans, what other country can you say a troop overcame them? Okay? Because when they came over here, the so-called start their new world, their new colony, that happened to Gad here.
just like it's just like
I'm already in 20.
Oh, you already 28?
Yeah, which one you want?
Get the ble-
I'm doing it right now.
it's just like Habakkuk.
Go ahead.
You can read the blessings first, 15. Verse 15.
If I could get this about the tribe of Gad. Deuteronomy 33:20. And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlarges Gad. He dwells as a lion and tears the arm with the crown of the head. And when the Native Americans came over here, they had a large portion of America. Okay, so the Lord enlarged Gad. Now they blended them in the neighborhoods with Judah, just like everybody else in the ghettos and stuff like that. And you would think that a so-called Gadite or any of these other tribes are Negroes.
But you know what? It's funny you made that point. That's what lets you know that they under the curses too, and they're Israelites, because they adjusted to that because they already going through that from over their other country.
Yeah.
They already adjusted to it.
And that blood and crip shit ain't nothing new, man, by the way. They did that to us in slavery. Watch, was it Django? When you really go back in the history of the Native Americans, they had them fight each other, man. They set up gangs in the Native American. You had the Native. That's how they took America. They turned one because they had the goods, so they turned one against the other. And Pocahontas, that bitch was all part of the scheme, you know. So that's how they took down. That's how they take down nations of people, by turning them against one another. That's how the Jews took the world, by turning America against Russia. They turned nation against nation. But ultimately, it's the Lord that's doing it.
Yeah, and another thing too, because you got some people that sit up there and say that the tribes are all Negro and stuff like that.
So all the tribes of Judah?
Yeah, Judah, either Judah, Benjamin, or Levi. You know, there's all these tribes.
Oh, but the northern tribe is not Israelite.
Yeah, and the thing is, because they'll say, oh, the Native Americans had slaves too. You know.
Of course
they'll say those type of things, but they don't understand that
so-called Judah had slaves too.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
All of the different tribes, northern, it got prophecies in the Bible that fit the northern kingdom, and you got prophecies in the Bible that fit the southern kingdom.
Well,
you know, so certain things that, like Hosea, that's when we talk about Ephraim. Israel, when it talks about Israel. You know, some of them cases you can say, you know, it's talking about the whole thing, but a lot of the times we talk about Israel, it's talking about the northern kingdom. But a lot of people, you know, they, them homophones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They get caught up.
Yeah.
That English language is a bastard language, man.
Like when they say Judah and Jerusalem, more than likely talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But a lot of for the most part, like I said, you got all these tribes, like Issachar could be going through the same stuff as Judah, man. You know, like this guy could be a freaking Asherite. Yeah. You'd think that he's just a straight up Negro.
Yeah, you know, Negro, look at you.
Could be a Hamite.
He might be. Could be a Hamite.
Yeah.
You kind of got that the Judah face.
It really like a Hamite to
with
me.
the Hamite spirit.
Right. He
You know?
like a Hamite.
He got that. Look at the walk, man. That might be Ham, man.
That's why I said, because I was watching him walk over here.
He could be, you know, because some of our people.
Yeah,
Some of our people
got some of them Asherites, you know, walk like that too.
Yeah. Because he could be Jake.
He wasn't happy.
He look like Delroy Lindo.
He do like that word. He definitely got a jig.
Because some of our people are Ham.
Yeah.
I mean, some of our people who look like us are Ham, man.
Yeah.
In this city, I mean, there's Hamites mix the tares of the wheat. You know? Yeah, he look, you know, when you that square, man. But some Jakes learn that behavior. We really know if we read his spirit, he had to come. He's one of those guys that had to come up to us and talk.
Right.
We have a good conversation, and we could tell.
Read the spirit, yeah.
You know?
Some of them niggas do shit.
You know, because he kind of got a little bop to him. You know. All right, go ahead, Doc.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 28:15. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
See, from verse 28 and 1 through 15 were all blessings. You know, that's a short list of blessings we would receive if we follow the Lord's words. From 15 through 68 is all curses. And a lot of these curses that's in there fit us and the northern kingdom, northern and southern kingdom.
Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse should be thou in the field.
In the field is the world.
God.
No matter where you go at, these curses are going to pursue you.
Yep. And when you look in the inner cities, where does Jake dwell? We living on top of each other, next to each other. We piled up like a barrel of crabs in the city.
Like the slave ships.
Just like the slave ships.
Now, when you look at the slave trade, that when the Lord curses, He said you curse your seed is going to be cursed with that leprosy. Your seed is also going to be cursed with hating one another, because you got to know in the slave ships they started fighting one another, man.
Yeah.
You know, the nigger woman was blowing the goddamn boss off, the white man off to get extra portions,
Yep.
and then turn around and sell your ass out. Guess what? The nigga, all these things you see stacked on top of each other, women cheating on us and doing, Jake hating you and sleeping with your woman. You got to know in the slave ships, in slavery, Jake was doing that too. Trying to pop another slave wife, because Esau twisted us, man. You know, and now we doing the same thing that we did back then, even 2,000 years ago.
Even
You
with
know?
the first phase of them just from them so-called being free, for them grabbing them up and putting them in that bondage, not
Yeah.
knowing where they going, they fuck their mind up. That was preliminary to fuck their mind went.
Yep. And guess what? The mothers, the wicked ass mothers, taught them Christmas, taught them Easter. You gotta understand that everything else play out, right? Why don't these holidays play out? Why is Valentine's Day continuing, man? Think about it.
Right.
Forget slavery, it's old, it's washed away. But they keep Christmas though.
Right.
They keep the 9/11 shit. They keep all their holy holidays. That devil,
420.
yeah, you know damn well that devil remember, man.
The way he walked by here, he gave off that feel.
Of course he remembers. He's probably in his mind saying nigger, nigger, nigger. Go ahead, Doc.
All right.
And you got simple Jake walk up and down the street. They're looking at the sign. I had an old friend of mine in the world drive by last week screaming my goddamn name out. Motherfucker don't want to know nothing, man. All you do is yelling and yelling. And you know what? I don't know if brothers ever experienced it. When you see somebody that you knew in the world years ago, one of them even told me, yeah, you ain't the same no more, man. It's like you can't even hold a conversation. Now I'll chill with somebody in the world and stay stupid, you know?
He's speaking now.
Okay, yeah, gotta have that. But you know, it's devil, man.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. 32 and 8.
Man, it's devil, man, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, right now, that's why the, you know, when we're renewed and we come into this thing, guess what's going to happen, man? Everything about you going to change. Okay, you're going to be renewed in the spirit. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 8. But the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance when he separated the sons
Yeah,
of
can you
Adam.
get 7? Deuteronomy 32 and 7.
Well, he already did 7.
No, yeah, 7.
Alright, 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations.
Yeah, when you look at it, our people had many, our people lost their generations, man. Now, you can't tell these generations nothing. You tell somebody, hey, you know, about slavery and stuff like that. Oh man, we in 2018, you know? But it's like, well, what was people doing before 2018? You know what I'm saying? Because history is just repeating itself. And people just don't care about the past, man. All they care about is what's going to happen right now, trying to get that big dumb high. You got the playoffs going on right now. LeBron James down 2-1. Like, let's see how he can bounce back.
if you don't know your past, how you gonna know where you're going in the future?
Yeah.
You look at these other nations; they know their history for the most part.
Yeah, I was about to say for the most part.
For the most part,
Whatever the history that Esau gave.
Esau gave them, right? Because a lot of all of the history's been whitewashed, except this history in this book, the Bible.
And they just now starting to get to a lot of these other nations like Saudi, the nation of Saudi Arabia. They getting them to do the first ever women's cyclist event. And say after what 32 years, now they put movie theaters in Saudi Arabia, and you know that when they go out, they have their whole head covered. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, like,
Well,
they're
they're
gonna have
homosexuals over there now.
yeah, but they're gonna have a real major culture shock in a coming day because of what the so-called white man is doing. He's just making major culture shocks. Okay, to like, look at this shit, man. That's a culture shock, man. You know? You see a lot of our people look like this nigga look like he dressed up like a fucking Muslim woman, man.
A Muslim, yeah, right.
A Muslim woman ninja and shit, like. You know? But our people are going through culture shocks, man. You know, and that culture shock was forced on us. You know, the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible
right.
speak of. Okay, we ain't ashamed to tell you that. You know, but the reason why people think the way that they do now is because of the so-called white man. I mean, in the Bible you had our people that would forget who the judge was. As soon as the judge died, like 2 days later, they go right back to the same wickedness. You know. But the so-called white man don't put all the information out there that he should, the real information, the righteous information.
I got a scripture where you were talking about that Saudi Arabia and other countries is taking on the customs of America. As is Revelations 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, and like they just talking about, they put that Black Panther movie over there in Saudi Arabia, right? But they had to take some scenes out. But we know in that Black Panther movie, them fucking women, you know, they sit up there fighting them. You know what I'm saying?
The
Wakanda. Yeah, the Wakanda. Them women was up there beating them men up and stuff. And you gotta know, like, if you're a traditional man, like how those Saudi Arabians are, the Ishmaelites, and you see that type of vibration of women fighting against a man,
They don't like that.
you'll be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? They said they had to take out some scenes from the movie where they was cussing. I mean, yeah, cussing scenes, and where they was kissing.
Now, that's that Edomite woman, did she agree? Oh, she's doing this. She getting an earful. I was gonna keep reading on that. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And that's what that was going into. You know, the kings of the earth, the other nations have, you know, settled to do the wickedness that America's doing. The women could drive now, women could go to work, women could do whatever it is they want to do.
They can rule a house.
What's nothing wrong with a woman working to a degree, but she's not supposed to rule a house. Women's supposed to stay in their places. And today's women don't stay in their place. Yep.
Yeah.
Keep on walking.
Yeah, please.
Because they're going to be slaves too.
That's
right.
Be slaves, man.
Yep. We're going to take their little girls and they're going to make them slaves and concubines, man. You know?
It's like they did to us.
Well, we ain't going to say that now because they're on the camera. Oh, shit. They're talking about taking little girls.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to do that. That's good. Because they all can't just be submissive to us. We got to have somebody to fight against. The Lord is about balance. Not every white woman going to say, okay, I'll be your slave. Some are going to be like, no, I hate niggers. And that's going to be the, look at this shit, man. You know?
if you find one right now that has that servant mentality,
Right.
you know, like that's rare, because it really ain't for them to be.
Well, we get more Edomites come up here
Yeah.
with the vow and be servitude than our own women.
Yeah.
How many years we've been out here and the women like, yeah, I'll be a concubine. I don't mind being a slave.
Yeah.
They'll tell you that before your own woman want to be, your own nation of women should want to be your servant.
Yeah. Yep.
Woman means servant.
Yep. And that's the point I was going to get to.
Yep.
Like if it was a nigga woman saying, keep walking.
Yep.
You'd be like, yeah, look at
man.
the so-called white. We expect that type of stuff from the white woman.
Oh, yeah.
We even expect that from the so-called nigga woman.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
But
that's actually rare, no man.
yeah.
You know? They try to protect their little daughter, but they're gonna be popped. Ain't no protection for them. Ain't no protection even for our own women, daughters. You see what our daughters are doing? Shit.
They doing worse than what the wicked doing.
Yeah, they surpass the deeds of the wicked.
I mean, they talk about the wicked. I mean, you know, it's a lot of wickedness going on out here, but through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, it's coming to an end, man.
That's
you got, hey, you got these like I said in the scriptures, rumors of wars happening last week. We got Donald Trump set the missiles off, man, and man, the wicked they about to get their punishment, man. They about to get the punishment. Could you bring that scripture up for me, brother?
Right.
Hosea 7:13.
This is Hosea 7:13. Woe unto them, for they have fled from me, destruction unto them, because they have transgressed against me. Though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me.
Bring that up one more time.
Hosea 7:13. Woe unto them, for they have fled from me. Destruction unto them, because they have transgressed against me.
Now, who can only transgress against the Lord?
Let's talk about the Israelites.
That's the Israelites.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean,
Because the Moabites, the so-called Asians, they don't have the law, man. They're the Lord's power. That's you know?
the law is for the Israelites, but the ones that's transgressed against them, the wicked, we talking about a different wicked. We talking about these 2/3 niggas out here right now that's transgressed in these churches, coming up with these different philosophies, bucking up against the apostles, but talking about the 12 tribes chart is jacked up. That kind of transgression, man.
Hey, it hooked me.
It calmed me
It's
too.
a hook. It's a hook. I was like, well, that's a damn good hook. How many times in the scriptures has men did things so-called unworthily, and it was all of the Lord?
Come on.
You know, the missiles.
Like Apostle, I think it was Apostle Kabal Tahar brought up the point that Paul spoke of Gal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you go into the word Gal, you know.
Yep.
You go into how this was a bait or hook to get people into it.
it's not even God though, man. Because
Right.
when I first came into the truth, when I first heard about it, I came across an article that said, "Are the Negroes one of the 12 tribes of Israel?"
That's
You know?
it. That's the sign.
And I looked at it, I'm like, God dang, like everything on this stuff makes sense.
And it made sense to them. And now they want to change it. Well, they thought it made sense, but it did make sense to them. They still claiming to be Israelites.
Yeah, they probably was out there teaching, but they wasn't, when it came down to that, you know, they probably was on some, who knows, but then these people are hypocrites, man. Which that's all it is, because they probably got videos of them actually teaching it, man.
I'm pretty sure they do.
They took it down, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They had videos of sex is something, masturbation is something, is
What?
adultery or something like that.
Yeah.
Watch it. Man, you niggas are fucking bugged out, man. Dan is the 144,000 and shit. Like, you know, when y'all first came into this truth, you wasn't shit when you, period, okay? You're not shit in this world, you're not shit in this fucking truth. And not this fucking truth, but you're not shit in this truth, man. You know? This a whole new world now. You want to come into this truth and act like you know every goddamn thing, man. You niggas need to humble yourself down.
Right. Yeah, basically, I mean, you on point with that, man. But ultimately, like the brother brought out earlier, the Lord created all things. So I mean, you was on point at first, and the Lord put it on the spirit to bug you out, man.
Yeah. Fucking niggas, man. Not appreciative, man, or somebody teaching them the truth. You want to come in this thing and thinking that you know every goddamn thing. Humble yourself down and just learn, man. Learn the right ways, man. Okay? Everybody got a fucking opinion, man. Your opinion don't mean shit, man. It's about the facts. That's why it's cold hard. It's straight to the point. You tell somebody what the definition of a word mean, well, that's what the definition of the word means to you. No, that's what the fucking means, man. That's why we go into the etymology, which means the truth beyond words, man. Okay? And the truth beyond the so-called white man is that even fucking devil, man.
Right.
Right.
And the devil that the Bible speak of, man. You got it out.
This is Galatians 6:3. Because he spoke on it. These niggas think they something in this truth. You nothing in this truth and in the world. It says, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Yeah, a lot of these niggas in the world think that they special, man. You ain't nothing, man. Especially to the Esau, the cops, they run down on you. They just looking at you like you a fucking nigga.
You're right. I mean, us just going in on them wicked niggas, man. You said if they think you something, coming up with a different doctrine, which was already taught you by your teachers, man. Yeah. You nothing, man. You can't just come up bringing stuff out, man. It's off, man.
Yeah, you gotta go back all the way back to the drawing board on everything that you learned. Everything you gotta change up everything. You gotta rethink the name, whether the name is the truth. It's Esau the white man. That's why that scripture in Hebrews 5:12. For the time you ought to be teachers, you have one that needs somebody teach you again. You know, you gotta go back to the milk.
God.
You regurgitating the milk up. God. It's always good to go back to the milk, you know what I'm saying? And then you see where you grew at, you know what I'm saying?
It's good you brought that point up, because like when you said something about regurgitating, when your body, when you used to putting that solid stuff in there when you get sick, but you go back to that liquid, man, and that liquid, that's that milk. You put that liquid back in you to get that nourishment, man.
Yeah,
it's a good point you brought out, man. But man,
Go. This is the continue Hosea 7:13. Though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me. That's speaking lies against Yahweh Shah changes what he says. How you gonna change what the book says or what anything naturally says to a lie? You speaking lies. Those are unjust things.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know that the Lord don't lie, man. The Lord don't lie. The Lord not an author of confusion, man. So honestly, you bugged out, man. You need to repent, and hopefully you be forgiven for it, man.
That's what I got precept to back that up. This is Revelations 22:18. For I testify to every man that the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him.
What did it say? What word did it say? If any man add unto what?
Unto these things.
No, the prophecy.
Yeah, the prophecy of this book.
If any man add unto the prophecy of this book. Because that's what it's really at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. Prophecy.
And that's what the 12 tribes, part of prophecy.
Now,
waking up the elect.
Waking up. Go ahead.
If this 12 tribe sign wasn't brought out, man, it'll be that much harder to fulfill prophecy, because we didn't know who we were until we saw the sign.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Right. Now, if we out here to wake up the elect, right? Now that you're woke, what do we do now? What's the goal?
To wake up the rest of the elect and get up out of here.
And, let's say somebody live in Germany,
Salvation.
and their family go back to, let's say, Panama or Jamaica, and they see this sign over there, they can be like, oh shit, my lineage, my peoples goes back to that. That sign could catch the eye of somebody anywhere. Because some people that other people live in foreign countries, they know where their people come from. Like over in England, a lot of them was the Benjamites over there.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
The plagues that are written in this book.
I mean, you ain't gonna be able to escape the death that's supposed to come, the second death.
Yeah.
You know, that second death, the thermonuclear missiles. You know, you got to try.
Thermonuclear missiles, the famine, pestilence. Hey,
Man, you get a disease that just make you not be able to, you shit out your stomach and shit, man. Shit out your largest intestine, man. You know? You think a fucking stomach ache or some shit is bad, you know? Them man-made shits that you can't get that fucking cure for, you know?
yeah.
You might have to go on a fucking 7-day fast for that shit to get rid of that shit.
And you might go probably get rid of all of it, man. They got so much stuff out here that we don't know about. The goddamn wicked they made, man. It's just not diagnosed, and all that's coming, man. It's gonna come and stay until this whole place is wiped out.
Yeah.
You know?
Because the one of the things is that man who did that, you didn't make Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua your strength, man. You know? The Lord ain't your strength at that point in time. You gotta trust in His word.
No.
When shit get real out here now you going let's say you forget about the sign, you're gonna be like, oh, everybody is an Israelite. You know, who are the Israelites then? You know? And that could be detrimental to you. Because you out there casting away the elect. You know? We know that all the elect don't look like everybody. But there's a distinct spirit and a distinct look with all the 12 tribes. No matter which way you look at it. All the tribes of the world got a distinct look. Like we know that Esau is the fucking so-called white man.
Right.
He got a distinct look with him.
And the Moabites, they got a distinct look.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely a distinct look.
But now some of our people may look like that.
Yeah.
Clear that out. But they got a distinct spirit, you know?
Bring that out, brother. Couple shot.
This is Psalms. Actually, might be Psalm 37.
Yeah, come on.
This is Psalms 37 and 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace, but the transgressor shall be destroyed together.
And what's the perfect man? The elect.
That's right.
So we don't know. We say hopefully elect, but the scripture says mark the perfect man because the elect will be sealed. Thus saith the Lord. So we're supposed to treat every brother honestly as is he the elect. Even guys that's not in the truth. If they coming up to learn, we're supposed to teach. We're supposed to try to mark them. We mark them that cause division. We mark them that wants the spirit. Like what would you say?
Because I was about to say, because I mean we don't know who the elect is, you know.
Right.
Like the brother brought out, we got to treat them as if they are the elect.
Yeah.
Just because you do something, do something, you gotta still you don't know.
You also don't glory in the brother's downfall.
Come on.
That could be the elect, man, that you're trying to push away. You know, you don't know. How many guys we know that that may have been in the truth, that was in the truth, and they out. And they're not. And it's not likely that they're of the elect. When guys drop out and they blaspheme the Holy Ghost, That's not, you know, you're not forgiven for that, man. You know?
That's one of those sins that they can't forgive.
You can't forgive it. Now, if you drop out, go off a little bit, and then say, hey man, I want to come back. I was bugged out. Like High Priest Ariah. Guess what? He ain't blaspheming the Holy Spirit. He's just bugged out his mind. Hey, even King Nebuchadnezzar, when we read the story, then he made him a beast of the field. You know, and then he came back. So the Lord can do. That's why when brothers leave, if they ain't bucking up against the truth, we pray that they could get their right, they get in their right mind. You know? We pray that they get in their right mind. Are you ladies Christians? No. What do you believe in? You don't know? The one in the back, dude, she believes in something. You know what she believes in? She's smiling and shit. Go ahead. I mean, we got, you know, hey man, we ask questions.
Don't nobody know. Be curious.
Yeah, you believe in that guy right there? You believe Jesus was a white man? Yeah, do you believe he was a white man? They don't know? Well, there's records that prove that he wasn't. All right, man. All right. That's all they say. Have a good day. Look, man, he who loves his life shall lose it. And that's how 2/3 of our people think. They think about loving their life, man. You know? So like it, brother. I just wanted to stir up some controversy, you know?
No, just like in scripture in Matthew's, it says something, it's like the paraphrase that say something about if he to give up his life, lose of his life.
Yeah. That's in John 12 and 21, I think. He will. I'll get it real quick. He who loveth his life shall lose it. You know.
This is like Matthew 13.
It may be. It's Matthew. When you look at the gospel, things that are in Matthew is in Luke and John as well. You know. I believe it's John 12,
which the word gospel means good news.
Right.
You know, we get the
right.
We out here preaching the gospel that the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right.
You know? So that's the end all be all of us being out here, because when we're telling people, like we said earlier, that America is going to be destroyed.
Right.
You know? And is the dollar bill going to collapse?
And even just talking to him, that was gospel right there, telling him that this Yahweh Shai not white. I mean, you know,
good news.
Yeah, that should be good news to him.
But it ain't.
But he wasn't receiving, so that, hey,
you gotta go.
That's it.
John 12 and 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it. That's also in Matthew 10 and 39, by the way.
It's a lot.
Okay, I just remembered this one. It's also in Mark. Okay. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it until life eternal. So now we can tell each other, yeah man, just try to have a blessed day. And we understand what that means. But on the other end, you don't want to, you know, somebody tell us have a good day. How? You got to go to work the next day, man. You got to go to, if some brothers got women, you got to go home to women that are in charge of the household and shit.
Well, you should have no woman that's in charge of the household.
Yeah, well, you should, but women technically is in charge.
Yeah.
No matter how you can say, I'm a man of the Lord, my woman ain't in charge of the house. In a sense, he is. Because in a sense, he ain't. But let her call the police on your ass.
Got to go.
See if you can stay in that fucking house. Your ass is gone. Now, me, myself, fuck that. And I gotta go through all that, I'll be out. You ain't gotta call no fucking police. I'm with the brother. You should be in charge of your house in the spirit. But we understand the only way we're gonna get truly in charge of our households is when the Lord come and deliver us, man. Right. And we ain't gonna have no regular household, by the way. Right. Wife and family, rings on fingers and all that shit. All that shit ain't gonna happen in the kingdom, man.
There's going to be many wives, and they all going to be in order.
We're gonna have kingdoms, castles, rulership, nations.
Yeah, I just don't feel the love. I do love you,
shit.
man. Gotta simp up and all that.
You know why? Because women, they get all up attached to you, and they get you, and then after a while, it's all boring.
Right.
You got to keep a woman mind going, man.
Right.
It ain't gonna be none of that people getting in between other people's relationships like how they do nowadays. You got mothers that'll tell the daughter, oh, you don't need to be with him. You know, a father try to get in between his daughters or their children's relationship. You know, you gotta know once they leave that household, they no longer yours.
You a Christian? Are you a Christian? Or are you a concubine?
In this truth, you got that's Matthew 10.
What's
Matthew
that?
10 and 37.
The household should be divided.
That's Matthew 10:35 actually.
35.
Yep.
Yeah, cause once
Sir, do you go to church? You don't go to church? Now why don't you go to church? It's corrupt? Okay, do you believe in the Bible at all?
goddamn devil.
That's our people, man. They now don't even believe in the Bible no more. Why? Because the Bible has failed them. Because the Lord didn't choose them to believe in it. See, they thought they could read the Bible. They thought that the red carpet was going to be rolled out when the pastor read the scripture. Now they find out that they fucking niggas in the world, and they're not blessed with nothing. So now they don't believe in it. They gave up. You know, and he looked like he eat a bunch of goddamn pork chops and shit, man. You know?
Written all over his face.
Yeah. He looked like he just a dirty, grimy nigga, man, that sit home and wait for the football game to come on.
Sweet baby Ray's.
Sweet baby Ray's syrup. You know? Syrup, barbecue sauce and shit. Like the dude over there. Okay, thanks.
You have a jacket.
That's a lot.
You said pork chops, that shit pop. God damn.
Yeah, but like brother saying it.
You got that, man?
Go ahead.
The household gonna be divided.
Matthew 10:35. Hey, we just go with the spirit, man.
This is Matthew
I'm
10:35.
just trying to bring it alive, man.
Where I come to set a man at variance against his father,
Yep.
and a daughter against her mother,
Right.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And the man's foes shall be they of his own household.
And we slack it.
I mean, and that we see that, man. The man foes is his household. You got a whole bunch of different division in there, man, because of this world turned upside down because of Esau's philosophy. You got the woman over top of the man. She running a household. She sitting up there trying to tell the son how to be a man instead of letting the father do his job. Then you got the mother-in-law, which is the father mother, telling the wife she ain't running the household right because she might be a little bit in order. So it's just a whole lot of chaos and confusion, man.
And if I can say this, because you got people out here that like to try to force shit on people, man.
Right.
You know, in the world, these people that don't know shit, they try to force stuff on you. You can't force nothing on nobody, man. You know, if they don't want to get it, you know, after you tell them, even in the truth to tell you, if you got a brother that, you know, don't want to get it, you tell the brother, hey, you know, do that, you know, don't do that. You know, after one or two admonitions, you gotta be like, man, this is a guy that just don't get it. You know? But the thing is, a person will come up to us, you know what I'm saying, and we tell them the truth, and they'll say, oh, you're not supposed to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be, you know, cussing out people, or they'll try to tell us our approach, but we going by what the scripture, the words say.
I was just about to bring it up. We going by what the scriptures say, but you going off your own understanding, man.
Yeah.
And that's what you shouldn't do, man.
Yeah. And they try. That's where the problems be coming at, because people, they come out of their own opinion rather than through what the words say. You know. And then when they try to say what the words say, they saying it on some old Christianity bullshit. You You know, some emotional bullshit. Like the mother, you know, when during the time, you know, let's give a scenario of the martial law. You know what I'm saying? The RFID chip. Oh, you gotta take the RFID chip.
How you gonna eat?
Baby, just take it, please.
Right.
And
You keep on listening to him in that coat. He in that coat.
I ain't never stirred you wrong before.
But the whole time, they get food stamps. They taking all your food stamps and shit.
They won't call the military a cult though. You go bomb and kill innocent people. They won't say that's a cult. Us speaking against shit is a cult, but them actually picking up AKs and shooting innocent people and bombing children, that's not a cult. That's acceptable. Why? Because everybody loves their master.
That's right.
This world teaches you not to judge. This right here, this world right here, teaches you how to judge properly, righteously, wisely. Okay? These people come up and they're against what we say. When we telling you that the so-called white man is devil, that's why you're not supposed to go into the church.
That's right.
You know? This is church right here, man. To call out.
That's right. Yeah.
But that variance, man, that scenario, that RFID chip, might be in a situation where you might have to put somebody to death. Might be in a situation where you might have to tell that woman, get the fuck up out of here. Because a person that's the sinner is going to be overtaken by that woman. You know?
That's why it all boils down to faith.
Yeah, you're giving that woman your strength and everything like that. The next thing you know, of course, you lose her. You know, you end up being all like you can't never get no fucking other woman.
You're gonna be weak and you ain't no good, so you got to go, man.
When it comes down to Yahweh see me outside, because that's what it's really for. When it comes down to the Lord and standing your ground for the Lord, that's what it's really about, man. You know?
When King Leomel's mother told him, you know, putting out that strength in the women. You know? And we don't supposed to put out strength in the women. You know, we're going to have concubines.
Yeah.
A barrage of vixens.
And we're going to put our strength in them another way.
Concubines.
Hey, go look up the word girth. Y'all going to get a lot of that.
Almost all y'all mark.
All of them mark. All of them mark. I'm taking whatever ones don't nobody ever want.
I've done my four.
Oh, all right.
Concubinio vixens.
And we gonna
I feel like five.
We already conquered it.
and we gonna give them our strength another way.
Man, why? Look at this. The scripture says, give not women liberty to gad abroad.
Yeah.
I know they heathens,
Yeah, I'm
but
pretty sure they got men at home and
yeah,
stuff like
some
that.
of them got boyfriends, I'm sure.
Yeah, they probably
but you
was
know
in
what
the
they're
shit.
doing? They're getting out to try to look for the Brad Pitts, man.
They probably was
But
in
you
a
know what
sorority.
happened? You know what happened with Girls Night Out? My bad.
Oh yeah,
You know what happened in Girls Night Out?
of course.
Somebody getting, well, not all of them getting freaked out.
Girls' night out turns to girls' night in.
Girls going wild.
Girls going wild.
Oh yeah, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Girls going wild.
Oh man,
It
you
was
know,
college chicks.
YouTube today surpassed that shit.
Yeah.
Shit, the shit they do now on YouTube and the Google.
You are the devil.
Hey, do you know you're the devil? The devil! The devil!
See him throw it up?
Yeah.
Girls going wild.
See the devil.
You know it.
Probably could have said that. They probably did some Girls Gone Wild tapes back in the day.
Every week you notice the whole barrage of them just keep walking by the camp and shit, man. You know? And I tell them straight up what they gonna be, man. Hey, whatever they say, I don't give a shit. We're the new rulers that's coming up on this earth.
That's right.
To put you women back in order and you heathens to be concubines. And your men to be killed and brought back into slavery. You know? Well, you can't mark her until her husband is dead, you know? I mean, you can mark her, but when that time comes, in order for us to get a concubine, you got to kill her husband. You got to slaughter his ass, man. We gonna do it in righteousness. We ain't gonna do like you devils did us. Make us have sex with our own mothers and call it motherfucker, man. You know? Just to breed a particular band of Negroes. You know? You could get a big buck and they would make the big so-called Jake have sex with the mother because she might be built. So when a boy or girl come out, they can put them to work, man. They with that ancestry shit. You know? You devils gotta pay. You gotta be put to death. This world need to be ruled by righteousness. You got to stand on the concrete, you know? There's no trees. And the trees, when they bloom, they give off poisons and toxins because the DNA is corrupted. Then you get what you call allergies. You know? Now all of a sudden you got allergies. You're not supposed to have allergies, man. All right? You're not supposed to have allergies. Yeah. Well, you know, you just let him go.
Hey, gentlemen.
All right? Y'all had a scripture?
Yeah, 21 and
I was just talking to you. I got a scripture.
They all like goofy Edomites dressed up like pirates going around. Wearing a bunch of
They're real butt pirates, though.
That's what I was thinking.
Slocky, bro, I'm just speaking to y'all, get your points, and I'm just trying to get a confrontation.
This is Deuteronomy.
Need a debate, you know?
This is Deuteronomy 21 and 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God, Yahweh, hath delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, which is pretty much, that's pretty much what happened to us, really, when we went into slavery. We did not, of course, the Native Americans fought against Esau. That was war right then and there. But then what happened? The Lord offered us up to Esau.
Yeah, but keep reading, because I think it's another point.
Oh, okay, keep reading. And seized among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
Why would she have to shave her head? In case anybody don't know.
Mourning. She going into mourning.
Yeah, it's to shame her.
Shame her, right.
You know? Because if she's shamed, that's the best way to break a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got what you call rape. That's in the Bible. When you take a woman, you kind of shame her and you humiliate her.
Break her spirit.
And that's where you get the term humble, from humiliate. You're right, we humble ourselves to the Lord. That's what we're doing now. When you humiliate the spirit breaks. So that's what's going to happen. But see, it's a different ballgame now, because our women are more prouder than they were before. Now imagine taking a regular woman that don't have the pride they have today, and you take her and you have sex with her. Guess what? She's gladly going to be yours. Today's woman, she's going to fight you. You can't do it today.
A lot of these women now, right now, they just it's all a game. It's just a show, you know. Because when was it Isaiah 3? You get that? Isaiah 3
and 1.
No, it's the like the last verse.
Okay.
There's a couple verses towards the end. Isaiah 3. Where
where's it going into?
The woman.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
yeah, Isaiah 3.
It went in, Isaiah 3 goes into the woman, her apparels and
24,
bald-headedness and all that. You know,
it's the 25th verse, Isaiah 3 and 25.
She got the bald-headedness and all that.
Yeah.
And the makeup and stuff like that.
Because a lot of this stuff is just a show. See, right now, so-called black woman, nigger woman, they can call the police. You know, they can call their brother or cousin or whatever type of wicked nigga they got. You know, they can call their side nigga and stuff like that. You know, they got help, and it's just they got the system. But
right, the scriptures in Sirach 26 says a shameless. See, the women are shameless. That's why when a woman's supposed to wear a head cover, meaning that she's shamefaced. You know? All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 3:25. Thy men shall fall by thy sword,
a lot of these niggas going to be getting killed by the so-called white man. When the so-called white man start taking people and start destroying people, they're gonna be getting destroyed. Martial law.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
All right. And God mighty in the war.
Right. Keep going.
And her gates shall lament and mourn.
When martial law in these times go down, the women they're gonna see that they can't call nobody. You know what I'm saying? And you know when women they get horny. You know?
They get horny and lonely. They get lonely, then they get horny. You're right.
So that front is all when they come to you, and that's why the next verse, you know, is important. Keep going.
All right. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground.
Yeah, she gonna be sitting upon the ground. She ain't gonna have shit. They're gonna be living in pleasure right now, right? They're able to enjoy life right now, right?
Living
But keep going.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
That's why that is just a continuation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When these niggas start dying, and the women end up being lonely, horny, and all these things,
they ain't gonna have no problem with being number 3 and number 4. But right now, while they comfortable, they talking about they don't even want to be no fucking concubine or no second or third wife, man.
Yeah.
But those times gonna change.
And I believe we that close, man. Extremely close. You know, to where like something major could really happen, and that just seals the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like we that close. We really close towards the end of this society, man. To this hell, man. And this the last time, or supposed to be the last time. This the worst time, I should say, to bug out.
Yeah, it is. Especially when we're so close to seeing this place fall.
Yeah, you got a scripture you want to do. 2 Peter 3. 2 Peter 3.
Yeah, because this society, man, it's like a goddamn hangnail, man. It's that close to that skin pulling up off that nail, man. It's almost over, man.
This is 2 Peter 3.
Why not?
Page 2.
Page 4. 2 Peter 3. I called that, I get it. 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and all the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
I mean, the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. A thief in the night. I mean, contrary to what you people think, that when the Lord come back, he gonna come back nice, happy, and peacefully, man. He coming with a sword, man, and destroy it, man.
I got a precept for that.
And yeah, he gonna come with a sword and destroy it, man. Also with those missiles, that thermonuclear missiles, and the chariots, man. That's gonna bring that fervent heat, man, to destroy.
That's right. This is Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And that's talking about those heathen nations, them heathen nations in those 2/3, man, bucking up against Israel, man. Well, it's about them heathens, man. It's like that sign we have when they holding up onto that fence and it's burning, man. those missiles are going to come and destroy and burn that fast, man. It said it's going. What it say something about the eyes and the national? It said something about national TV.
No, not national
national
TV.
TV.
Well, the eyes should be consumed in our holes.
Yeah, that's that picture.
And technically, you can save our people as well, because they come up.
Yeah.
Because they come up against our.
2/3 of our people gotta get destroyed.
Right.
Ain't gonna be none of that. You never heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One way or another, you know about the truth. Hey, do y'all know who we are? Y'all know who we are? Yeah. Oh, all right.
Your future rulers.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what you're looking at. You're gonna be my slave.
Right.
Yeah, right up.
Like our people know who they are, who we are, man.
I got-
Hey, you know who we are?
Precept for that Isaiah 6.
You ever heard of the Israelites? You want to? Sure, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to they know about the Israelites, you know?
Yeah, they
You
definitely
can't
do.
say that he never heard of it, because he just heard it. You know what I'm saying? They can't say they never seen it. Even if you rolled by, you seen it. You probably had the opportunity to stop by.
Right.
You know? Hey man, who is those? You know? Who those people right there? And you following that in your mother, you know what I'm saying? End up getting destroyed.
Yeah, but it was a precept on you. What the brother had brought out on that last scripture. Isaiah 66 and 15.
This is Isaiah 66 and 15. With the blood, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
And that's that day of the Lord, man. He gonna come with that fire, man. And he gonna come rebuking and tying shit up with that sword, man. He come to shed blood, man. The Lord ain't coming back to be sitting up there hugging and kissing no fucking body. He gonna destroy it.
With little baby angels shooting little
That's right.
missiles and arrows and shit.
Heart arrows.
Contrary to what your pastor tell you. The Lord coming back and he coming to destroy.
Yeah.
With fiery hate.
Yeah, because this is hell right here, man. You know? What's that? Isaiah 6. No, I know you got Isaiah 66. It's, I was thinking 63. Isaiah 63. Of
63 is.
No. Well, you can get that. You can get Isaiah 63. But it was 61. 61. You can get 63. Okay?
63 and 1?
Yeah, 63 and 1. And then it's 61 and 1 on down.
Okay.
You got it. I'm just trying to bring up.
Jesus Negro.
Y'all know who we are?
Mark that one. Mark that one.
You got it, huh?
All right. This is Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
That's when he come back on them chariots, man. Man, Yahweh Shah is gonna crack them clouds, man. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yahweh Shah is gonna crack them clouds. You know? And that's any day now. Like, that's something that we really, like, we gotta get out of that spirit of we believe this and we believe that. Now we know this.
That's right.
We know that Yahweh Shah is gonna crack them clouds.
Right.
We're 100% sure. Okay? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man.
Right.
And we have patience because we know that it's gonna happen.
Right.
We not patience don't go into when you being bullshitted. You know what I'm saying? And somebody playing games with you.
That word patience means suffering, man.
Yeah.
We suffering and we suffering and we ready for the Lord to come crack them clouds, man.
Yeah. You gotta try people patience because we know, like, all right, you teach your children that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you, not when you want it, but when I tell you I'm gonna give it to you. If I say that I'm gonna give it to you, that's my word. The Lord is a man of his word. So when he said that he's going to do something and he promises this is a 100% certain. You know, this ain't no belief thing. When we speak, we supposed to be speaking facts.
Right.
You know? Everything's supposed to be a fact when we speak.
That's right.
You know?
That's right, because it makes sense, because that's like saying, oh, I just came up with my own book.
The same thing.
I just came up with my own book about everything I did. But who are you to say that I didn't do these things though? Were you there? That's the whole point of me writing this book, to tell you what happened, what's going to happen, and what has already been happening. It's the facts that matter, not about what your opinion is. You can try to give an opinion about, oh, what this person said about this book, but the fact is, it still happened.
Yeah. Like, we know history, okay, that slavery happened. We know that. We don't believe slavery happened. No, we know it. It's a fact.
It's still going on today.
Yeah. It's a fact. You know, this ain't no a belief system. It's a knowledge system. Right. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. Okay? And our understanding is the reason why the Lord coming back, so that he can save his people that he came for in the first place. Our understanding that the Lord coming back so he can destroy these people that's harming our people. Okay? These people don't know what the fuck they believe in.
Niggas don't even know a damn thing about themselves. And I ain't talking about the nationality. I'm talking about literally about themselves.
Yeah, they can't even trust themselves. That's why they, you know, they depressed. They gotta go to smoking weed because you don't know your fucking self, man.
Right.
You know? It's just all a fucking excuse to use anyways.
You got it, Doc.
Right? I that speak in righteousness.
And that's what we also gotta be speaking in. We gotta be speaking in righteousness.
Right.
You know? And when we do speak in righteousness, when we say that the so-called white man going into slavery, that's righteousness, man. That's what the Lord said, man. That's not our own words.
Mighty to save.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to save his people. But we know, man, this ain't that all there is to life. Waking up, paying bills. You know, in the kingdom, we're not going to have to come out on the highway and hedges and you know, hold the camera up and stuff like that.
Slaving for Esau.
No, you can keep on that. Okay. Thinking some more on that.
Wherefore art thou arrayed in thy apparel, in thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat.
Yeah, like when you in the you got a bucket full of grapes and stuff like that, and you see that person in there stomping and stuff, you know, getting them grapes. That's how the Lord gonna be, man. You come up out of there, you're gonna have that whole, his whole suit. You know, he ain't gonna get a inklet of blood on him, but that's how much killing he's gonna be doing, man.
Right.
He's gonna be doing a lot of killing, man. Okay? The one who y'all ignorantly call Jesus is coming back to kill y'all motherfuckers, man.
Right.
You keep going, huh? Go down to keep going on down to the 6th verse. What you got it?
I have trodden with the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I would tread them in my anger, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
He said he gonna tread them in his anger, man. That means he gonna come and just be smashing them, man.
Yeah. Hey, like this picture. That's one of the reasons why he's angry too.
Right.
They're trying to say that this guy is the Messiah, you know. Ain't no goddamn Messiah, you know.
He could have said something about blood on his garment up.
Yeah.
False witness, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that butcher in that butcher shop when he cut that meat and that blood splat on him, man. That's gonna be those goddamn heathen nations and those 2/3 niggas' blood, man.
Yeah. Right.
And it's gonna be blood on the sword, man.
All right. And that blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
That day of vengeance is in his heart, man. Like the brother brought out earlier, man. 1,000 years to us is one day for the Lord, man. So all this stuff is Israel keep on going off and all that, and these heathen nations keep on being wicked, man. All that's in the Lord's heart, man. So when you setting up there, you mad, man. You mad for one thing happening one time. Imagine all that time building up with the Lord, man. What he gonna do, man? The powers he got when he come down here, man.
Right.
He gonna destroy him, man.
Right. That's why when you say, that's why when the scripture says a day to us, 1,000 years to us is a day to the Lord. We all know how we get when we're angry. We are angry for probably longer than a day. So when he comes back and he brings us back, I'm pretty sure the Lord's still gonna be angry at these. Not only.
Hold up. Not pretty sure.
Right.
He gonna be mad.
Right.
You got.
He
We
is
know
mad.
this,
He is
man.
mad.
We know
He
this.
is mad.
Right.
The Lord's mad, man.
Right. No, you're good because it's not when it comes back to the kingdom, he's still gonna be mad. Not only at these people, but because our people gonna be righteous again, but mostly at Esau, these other heathens. He's gonna still be angry at these motherfuckers. Why? Because of the shit they do, and they gotta get paid back for it.
That's right. Times two.
Times two. Revelations 18:6.
That's why the Lord said that he's gonna put his anger in us. You know? Because we not really as angry as you know the Lord is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna put that anger in us.
Right.
You know?
But
it's that righteous anger.
right.
Because you know, when he comes back, he's coming back to judge nations. You know? When you go through some shit, right? You going through something on an individual level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know? Whatever you go through and do or whatever bullshit you facing on an individual level, nothing that you can do is going to be able to stop that nation from doing that shit to other people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So on an individual level, your shit ain't nothing.
Right.
The Lord going to come back and destroy it.
It's small compared to what that stuff that's going on with the nations, man.
Yeah.
That stuff is huge, man.
Yeah. The Lord ain't going to let that go slide. You know? So he going to put that anger in us during that time. So when that individual anger is justified, that we're going to be fucking up the nations.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Just think about it like you said, man. It might like you brought out earlier. You said you might have to put your family to death, man. Like right, you could say your family make you mad, but to take your family out, man, you know the Lord ain't up, but the Lord can put the spirit on you to do that, man.
Yeah. I got a precept for you. Psalms 137:9, and it's going to take the Lord's anger for us to be able to do this. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
Yeah, we try to picture ourselves taking a little Edomite baby and throwing them against the stone right now and harming them. You know, right now we're not mad enough to do it to be able to do that. You know, but the Lord's gonna put that spirit on us to go ahead and go do that. You know, during those times we're gonna be like, oh shit, we could just go smash a little Edomite baby and not get away with it. We're gonna know who the heck who we were. You know, in our past life and what this Edomite baby done did to us, or this Edomite period done did to us. You know, we're gonna know all that stuff, man. They gotta pay back for this.
Right.
Because we those same people. We those same people that went through this stuff. Okay? And Yahweh, by Syria side, when he comes back, these same people, okay? You right now, on an individual level, you know, these people could come running at us, and we'll run away. But the Lord's gonna reverse that. One man gonna be able to chase away that whole group of people. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be able to. One of us is gonna be able to run into a group of hundreds and thousands of people.
What scripture you in?
And be fucking them up. Isaiah 63. Yeah, 63. But you can get 61. 61 is one. Yeah, 63. Yeah, 60. Yeah, you can get 65, 63 and 5. But when this stuff happens and one man should be putting to flight these groups of people, that's when the Lord gonna have his anger on us, and we're gonna be accomplishing the Lord's fury. You know, that righteous anger. You got it.
Right, because what more do we want in this place? Why would we choose the side of this devil that niggas put their trust in, but Esau don't do a damn thing for them? Whereas we can put our trust into Yahweh Shah, the man that keeps his promise, compared to Esau that will backstab his promise or turn away from his promise to gain more profit out of himself. You thought the only time he did that was with the Native Americans? No, it's still happening today. He'll promise you something. No. Yeah, he'll promise you something, but then he'll like say if you get a settlement, he said you wouldn't get the whole money, but then you're gonna take some out for his interest. The laws. He said you can have all these different laws, but yet when you try to flip it around because there's a loophole, he comes up with a counteract with that shit. It's the same way.
That's how the devil works, man. You know?
It's Isaiah 63 and 5. It's saying, I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me.
Repeat that again.
It say, and I looked, there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me.
Right, because who you gonna rely on? You can't rely on Esau. Because why? Because of the things he did to everything. Once this place falls, you can't look towards Esau unless you're looking to get the chip.
Unless you think he is a god.
Well, if you get that chip, you might as well say he's God at this point. Niggas appreciate Esau like a motherfucker.
Yeah, the curses. We under the curses. You go to him for all the want of things, and that chip is going to be going to him for all the want of things. It's like,
right. Yeah, that's going into faith.
Yeah.
You know, your strength. That faith is in not loving this society, man.
Right. That's why when they said,
repeat it. Just don't repeat it.
Yeah.
It's saying, I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me.
Right, so when you get that fury, where does that fury come from? Because you know you can't trust Esau, so where's that fury coming from? If you go deep into it, it's coming from Yahweh Shah.
That's why he said on my right arm.
Right.
I'm held in my arm. The Lord is at the right hand side, man.
That's right.
That's your arm of your strength.
That's right.
You know? That's who your strength is relied in.
That's right.
Basically, they're saying don't rely on the world's strength. Rely on the strength that the Lord has given you. You know?
That's why it says right arm, but not the left arm.
Right. When the scriptures say in Matthew, he shall set the sheep on the right hand and the goat on the left. That's what that's telling you. You're not supposed to be trusting in the strength of the left-hand side.
Right.
So what he's telling you is there's going to be many challenges in front of you, and you're going to have that faith and trust that the Lord's going to give you that strength to persevere.
That's right.
These scriptures go very deep, man. Go ahead.
It's saying, I will tread down a people in my anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
Right. That's going through the whole power of Yahweh Shah. Especially if we get our bodies back. I mean, our righteous bodies at that point. Because we're going to be able to do things that we couldn't do before, that we can't even do now. Why? Because we're supposed to serve until Yahweh Shah comes back. But we're going to be able to put these devils back in their place.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing stuff in that you see in movies. You know, a lot of that, like Neo. You know what I'm saying? We was dodging the bullets.
Hey, you got a problem, man? You got a problem? No, I'm just saying, you look, you try to have that look. Are you a Christian? You believe in the Bible? Well, we knew that. We figured that. Of course they don't. What is it? Don't nobody like you. Who likes a nigga, man?
We gotta look at everything in that with the glory in your infirmities.
Yep.
You know?
Humility.
Yeah.
Those niggas don't even like themselves, don't even like each other. They
Right.
always fighting.
Right. Which is the curse what we just read over there.
Preach good tidings unto the meek.
Of the hopeful, like the prophesies the devil. Not carnally going against them right now until that day comes, but spiritually. You read?
He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Right, now who's the brokenhearted? That'd be the ones that don't know who they are. That'd be the ones that's trying to seek the truth, and them the elect that's out there that doesn't know who they are.
Sighing and crying.
Right.
Ezekiel 9:4.
Right, because you may even have some of the elect in the prisons that wants to learn. They're gonna be all sorts of walks of life. That's why we're the salt of the earth. We come from different lives and different flavors. Keep reading.
To proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
And right, what is that acceptable year? The year of prophecy. This is the year. I'm not even talking about this year. I'm talking about when this first became a thing in this time and era. That was the year. This is still the year. Time is comes differently to the Lord. That's why we can have certain dates up to a certain point, and it still could be considered small to the Lord.
Yeah. No, I'm about to say that. Well, can you repeat that part you just said?
It say to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of Yahweh, to comfort all that mourn.
Yeah, you could be mourning because you know this life, as you know it, is just real hard. Why these women are the way that they are? You know what I'm saying? Why my woman, like I love my woman, but why my woman just straight up wicked, straight up demon? You know what I'm saying? You don't know why. You know? Why the so-called white man hate us? And even though they say that they love us, you know? Why do they hate us?
They love us.
Why are things the way that they are? You know, like why do I gotta wake up and go to work and, you know, just questioning life? You know, questioning everything that you was taught.
Right.
And willing to learn the right ways. You know? Instead of, you got a lot of motherfucking dumbass, hard-headed motherfuckers, okay, that they just think that they know every goddamn thing, man. You know? You can't tell them nothing. You tell them that Lucifer ain't no fucking angel that fought against the Lord in heaven, I mean in hell with all angels and shit. And niggas, you know, you try to tell them that the word Lucifer means light bearer. They don't understand that. But you gotta understand what the word light means. Don't the scripture in Matthew 5:13 say that you are the light of the world? So we got the light, and if you know you can't hide that light, we got the light, we got the truth.
Right.
But what? People like to go to the fucking so-called white man. The lie that he put out is the truth. Because motherfuckers think that the so-called white man is an angel or some shit. That's why this picture right here.
They caught everybody in the trap.
Yeah.
Everybody, literally everybody. Caught literally everybody in the trap. Except for Russia, because they have the icons. But the people that don't know the icons, they in the trap. We was in the trap.
That you know that saying, blinded by the light. You can use that two ways. Blinded by the light You know, what the scripture say, if the blind lead the blind, they both will fall into a ditch. But then we got the light, so they blinded by our light.
Right.
You know? So I be liking them our article.
The
irony.
You always see something.
Yeah. God.
It's called going 2, 3 fold.
Yeah.
I do that all the time, man.
God.
You got to be able to look. That's when you know you're breaking down scriptures right, you know? And you're not really heralding, you know? Because there's different levels of understanding with the scriptures. Okay, and sayings, you know? Like the brother was just saying with the light. You got the God of this world, Esau, is the light bearer.
Yeah.
So he's the light of this world, but technically we're the light of the world, man. You know? And the scripture says the light of the wicked, with the book of Job, 12th chapter says the light of the wicked shall be put out. So you got two lights going on, man. You know? The light on the left-hand side and the light on the right-hand side.
Ain't that so?
You know?
Those are brightness.
And if we say we the real Luciferians, everybody go trip, you know? Because Lucifer just means light.
Yeah.
That's all it means. Satan is the spiritual demon, Satan. Lucifer was a term put on Satan. Yeah.
It's, John 1:5. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not.
Can you repeat that again?
Somebody, maybe he was a scoffer.
John 3:19.
It's John 1:5. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not.
Right.
Shit, that's where they get the song Lucifer, Son in the Morning. Technically, if you really want to think deeper on the level on that, why is the sun in the morning and not night in the morning? Night in the morning or some shit like
Light of the evening.
that. That?
You know?
There's a reason for that.
3:19.
Yeah, because the light shines in the darkness. We're the light shining in the darkness. You know?
That's why at night you have light poles. You even had the moon that lights up. But even back then you had lamps to guide the way, because you couldn't see. That's why people that in the dark, they stay in the dark. But we, as we're waking up in the light, we can see and understand it better.
And even though it's daytime out here, it's still a dark place.
It is. Nothing but clouds and dark poison mist.
Right now it's not even clouds. That's dark.
John 3:19. It's saying this is the condemnation, that the light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Niggas love their weed, their
Adultery.
sleep with other men's women, following after Esau. That's wicked. You want to follow? It's one thing to obey what he says to a certain extent, but it's another thing when you worship that man. It's another thing when you worship that wicked man. You want to do all this wicked shit, but you don't want to come under the right order. You don't want to come under the true understanding of this book, or what you have to do right.
Yeah, you don't run it all.
When you hear the word righteous, you think of kryptonite. It's a kryptonite unto you. You can read.
You don't say shalom.
Hey, I was trying to find that scripture where it talks about if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Timothy.
In whom the God is God of this world.
It's been a long time.
I want to say it's Timothy 4. Was it 1 Timothy 4? No. Go ahead.
It say, continuing on, it say, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. It say, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
That's right. So that's all niggas do. They reject the light. If you're a two-third, you reject the light. You reject the understanding of this book. You reject the understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, number one, which comes by this book. And that's you might as well just say that you might as well just come straight out with it that you love Esau, which I'm pretty sure y'all do anyways. I wouldn't be surprised.
Of course they do.
No doubt about it.
I got a scripture. 2 Corinthians 4:3. This is the brother one. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Okay? In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Who's the God of this world? The so-called white man. He's blinded them. He's blinded them with this so-called Jesus Christ picture. They blinded to that. They don't know who our real true power is. Like you say, they hate of the light. Who do evil hate of the light. So that's why a lot of people don't come up here to inquire about what we're doing, because they doing wicked and evil deeds. And they blinded to this truth. It ain't their fault. It is their fault. And the Lord put them in a deep sleep. So they can't know anything.
Or you get the ones that will come up and try to play along with it, but then then the whole time they scoff because they don't like what they hear. They ain't hearing the good old church love that they were given from that pastor.
You just had a guy that came up, said, "Shalom, brothers, shalom." Well, why the hell would we shalom you, man? If you ain't coming up to the, now, again, you got to have compassion on some brothers. They might be trying to learn the truth. But when they all fall off doing that, the scripture says, bid not them Godspeed that do not believe. Just because you say you're an Israelite don't mean we're in the same doctrine. You could be an Old Testament Israelite, man. We don't know.
Right.
You got to come up and say, hey, this is what I'm. Look, man, if you was in the truth, you'd be up here trying to learn. You know? Jake be on some bullshit. You got to the half fakers that be on the outside. Yeah, I know about the truth. Hell, if we had Muslims get up, they, Assalamu alaikum, brothers. Assalamu alaikum. They be doing the same shit.
I got a scripture. First, on 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh by Shem Yahushua to recompense. That's what he added?
No, that's what he always reads.
Okay. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh by Shem Yahushua to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you who are troubled, rest with us. When the Lord Yahushua shall reveal from heaven with his mighty angels.
Right now we're troubled. We're troubled by everything we see in this place. How is it that we gotta wake up every day dealing with the bullshit we gotta do? I'm surprised we haven't even dropped dead. If it wasn't for Yahweh that is. If it wasn't for him, we would be dead. We would have been asleep before the year 2000. That's why when we have faith into Yahweh, we can see the miracles he does. We can see his promise. Even if it hasn't happened yet, we know it's going to come.
You can't even enjoy your children, man, if you have children here.
Look at that shit, man. Got them doing the shit the so-called white man do, man. Now, in the world, I'd probably been doing that dumb shit too. Then again, I would never know shit like that. This is the word blind definition, one of the definitions of blind. You got blind where you can't see. This is a homophone. Then you got blind that you don't understand.
I heard of that.
Yeah, it's like niggas, man.
It's just blind of seeing something, like where you don't understand it.
Yeah, it's the definition: unable or unwilling to discern or judge. You know?
I heard that one too.
That's what that means. That's the definition to go with. Unable or unwilling. Not just unable like you can't, but don't even want to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Christians always come up with that.
Right.
They say, I don't judge.
Now, if I said shalom to a brother and he said, well, we don't say that, I'll be like, well, what you mean by that, man? I want to learn. Yeah. Nah. You know? Jake is bugged out. guess what? You're gonna have a lot of niggas in the truth too, man. You know?
Christianity, Israelites. Christian
What's the word? The term is, some people don't know, so you gotta be patient. The term, it really is shalom. Some people do say shalom, but the real term is shalom, you know? Also, it says lacking a direction or controlling consciousness.
Oh, they do like both.
And we're woke. We know what's going on. We can see it as clear as day. Okay? The fact that the other nations are taking their gold out of America. You know? That's a clear sign that the dollar bill is about to collapse, man. Okay? And when that collapse, by them taking that gold out of the what you call them? Yeah. Out of the US, yeah. The gold that you may have, that price is gonna be up there.
Oh, yeah.
That silver.
That's gonna also make your oil and gas go up. That's where you get the OPEC is the oil producing nations. When they go off the gold standard and they take it out of America, it's going to make it hard to get oil. Trump just sealed the fate of many Americans. All these people that love Trump. And that's good, because he's doing what he's supposed to do. But guess what? When that oil starts rising to $7 a gallon, you're going to know it's of the Lord, man.
And it's going to be even more rare to get that gas for America, because these nations, they're saying if you want to buy this oil from us, we're not taking no more US dollars. You need to change your currency from the US dollars into what we got, because we're not taking that shit. And when you transfer that currency from the US dollars into whatever they not trading with, that makes the dollar bill much more weak. So now you got to trade more things. So that barter system is going to go back to how it used to be.
Right. Well, the worst thing about the oil prices that happening is going to be inflation. A lot of America's money is in the oil reserves. So that's going to cause the food prices to go up. Yeah. That's going to cut welfare checks, man. All kinds of shit going to happen because of that. You change the dynamics of America in itself. That's going to cause prices for everything to go up, even the import-export. Because guess what? It costs money. It takes oil for those cars to be transported from Europe over here to the Americas. So when the oil prices go up, the fucking car prices going to go up. Food going to go up. Clothes going to go up.
And more pollution that spreads around.
Right, and America's not, America's a trade export corporation, you know?
Yeah.
America's a trade export corporation. America doesn't build anything itself. It relies on overseas content.
Yeah. And they don't want that. They don't want to trade with that US dollar no more.
Nope.
That's just, the dollar bill is weak as fuck.
It's done, really.
Yeah.
America's finished.
Yeah.
You know?
And we can clearly see that, like.
Yeah, just sitting right there in front of our face. We can't deny that shit.
You don't have to sit down at the
TV.
The TV, the water. You don't have to sit down at the TV and look at all the stocks. You know what I'm saying? Just get the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, okay, I see. And one thing lead to another. The scriptures say this. You know what I'm saying? That's an uncertain rich, man. They ain't gonna be here.
1 Timothy 6:17.
And another thing too, if I can say this, because America, they putting out more loans too. Even the people who they know that they got badass credit.
Well, you know why they're doing that, right? They're doing that because they're liquidating.
Yeah.
They're forwardly crashing the dollar. That's why they're doing it. They're doing it on purpose. They want other countries not to trust America, man.
Like when you go to Walmart and they be like, everything must go. It's a liquidation sale.
That's what they're doing. America's being liquidated.
Yep.
America's property is not even owned by America, man.
Yep.
China owns most of America.
You know, own flag.
You know? So what's happening is a great liquidation because the Jews are fed up with America. Well, they're used up America. I'm gonna say fed up. They've used up America. There's no more resources here. You know?
You said shalom.
Oh no, he said he was Spanish, so he said
Yeah. Sound like you said shalom, shalom. Yeah, it sound like you said shalom.
no, he said Jesus.
Go ahead, read that. We gotta get a scripture.
Isaiah 13:9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Right, because this place is nothing but sinners. It was Esau having to wake up to what Babylon does on a daily basis. It's going to go back. This place is going to have to be destroyed, but before then, it's got to go back to how it originally was. I ain't talking about how it was built on, but basically how life was before Babylon. How you had to go back to the barter system. How you had to go back to actually growing your own food. You have to learn how to survive now. So you got to take on these plagues of Babylon. If you can get Revelation 18 and 8 actually, because these plagues are going to come upon Babylon. I ain't even talking about diseases either.
So you read 18 and 8. Can you read 13? 13. Isaiah 13 and 10. You was at Isaiah 13 and 9. No, it's fine. I just want to clear up a point before you go to Revelation 18 and 8.
Right.
Say go to 10.
Yeah.
To say, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Right. And that's going into the constellations. When them missiles hit, there's not going to be light. And the stars of heaven, really in this society, is them elites.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going. We went into that word, the light. Go ahead, Doc.
It say the sun shall be darkened in his going forth,
Yep.
and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Yep.
And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
That's the. You can go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, when this place is pretty much destroyed, when we're out of here, you ain't going to be able to even see this place. It's going to be so destroyed, so much pollution here. I mean, it's going to be cleansed, but you ain't going to be able to inhabit this place anymore. The light ain't going to be able to shine on this. And going into that light, the elites can't save this place no more. That's where it goes into Malachi 1 and 4 when they say they're going to try to rebuild this place. But the Lord said He's going to throw it down. And that's basically what it does, what He did. Because this place ain't going to be inhabited no more. Esau can't come back to rebuild this place.
Yeah.
Anybody that loves this place, say goodbye to it. Because it ain't going to last long.
It also goes, and you got to keep reading, it's going to go into riots.
Right.
When it says there shall be a chase road. I don't know if y'all remember what road means. Chase road. Chase road means away from glory. So a chase road means this place is utter confusion. Is America's not going to have any glory. You know, when they talk about glory, America's gloriful. God bless America and give glory to America.
No, they're losing that glory now.
That scripture is telling you that there's not going to be no glory here, man.
That's right.
And like you said, people going to say goodbye, but the only ones that's going to say hello is these creatures that's going to wander around here when this place is destroyed.
Yep. You was in Revelation 18. No, all 18 is good.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess you get the point.
It's Revelation 18 and 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
Right, going into that one day, it don't literally mean, oh, this is going to happen in a day, to the point that same day is going to be destroyed. Going into that one day is a matter of time, which means it's going to continue until the Lord comes back. Because that's why you say one day this place is going to get destroyed. But before then, things had to happen, plagues and everything. That's why it says one day.
Right.
But when you keep reading, it goes into in 1 hour.
Right.
This place will be destroyed within an hour.
Oh yeah.
That is literal.
Right.
Like,
That part's little.
even with the one day, just the back, that's what's going on right now. Like his brother said earlier, one day to the Lord is 1,000
That's
days.
another way to
1,000
look at
years
it.
to us.
Yeah. That's another way to
So
look at
each
it.
day is death every day. Right now, I'm sure we could go look up something as death.
And they do have plagues.
It's morning, plagues.
They can't build to keep the roads built.
CDC.
Vultures.
Vultures.
They here to eat.
Once there was one out in the open on the sidewalk. You saw it too, right?
Eating flesh. That's what it's here. It's,
And then every day, almost in our backyard, on top of our house, on the other lady's porch.
Well, they smell the death there. It has. If you see vultures in your city, because it's rare that you ever see that. That means it must have been a very bad place at that part.
Well, you know what's happening is the ecosystem is screwed up, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's rats and shit, dead rats. You know, some of them rats die.
Yeah.
Something got to eat the motherfuckers, man. Plant life is destroyed. And I got news for you: the colloidal enzymes in the earth is no good.
Yeah.
That's why when you see a fresh tomato and the fucking insects eating it, because the enzyme is they got the natural repellent ain't there. And then you got the trash. You got to take the trash out every Tuesday or Wednesday. It's nothing but fucking trash.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Doc.
it say, and famine, and she shall utterly be burnt. She shall be utterly burnt with fire.
What's famine?
Famine.
Are we not in a famine now?
Yeah.
You're not even eating nutritious food.
Gotta eat GMO food that's grown. You know, that's a famine. It's not real.
Look, the way the design that the Lord designed food, when you eat some say celery or cabbage, is hard. Whatever the process of how your body digests, whatever goes down hard comes out soft. Whatever goes down soft, like cookies and cakes, come out hard. The constipation. Right. Well, nowadays you can eat something GMO lettuce, and you're still constipated, man. You know, that's supposed to be cleaning you out. Because the enzymes ain't in there.
Right, because how is it a vegetable is not even helping your body? A vegetable, something that's supposed to filter your body, and it's not helping. That goes to show you the food ain't even right. The vegetables ain't right.
Water ain't right.
The water's ain't right. They filtering that.
And what's dear unto us, our women, ain't right. Walking around with tight ass pants and fish smelling pussies and shit, man.
Looking for other men.
All right, go ahead,
Say,
Doc.
for strong is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who judgeth her. It say, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her.
That's right. Because that's all these other nations living deliciously under her. Of course, niggas are now, but they ain't making no profit out of there. The other nations are now. They coming in with their own restaurants. We don't get none of that. Fast food, hair salons. Why isn't there our women in there? It's all a big setup.
Wash pots. Wash pots.
Damn.
Make my Nike.
It's saying live
Oh, he got mad. He turned around. That's all right.
It say, and live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her.
Right. These other nations coming in here, these heathen nations, I should say, they're gonna go back to where they came from because they're gonna hate this place. But why they ain't making no more money out of it? Once this place crashed, you gonna like fuck this place.
Yeah, that whole scripture chapter going to that. Yeah,
that's true.
That's good.
It say, oh, it's a lot. Go ahead. It say, when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right. This place, when this place is destroyed, they're gonna see this place burning. I don't care how far away they are. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see the smoke. They're gonna say, fuck this place because all they do is twist things around. They back in their land where they purposely belong. All they did was just come over and make a profit. Yeah, I know full well. I'm looking at these goots and these other nations coming in. They don't even look happy here. He's here to get the money and go. Now I know that's what they look. They ready to go. Wait for something to go.
That's why I say they live deliciously with her. They living great. Like you say, they got all the stores in every area. They've taken we the biggest consumers, so we giving them all this fiat money. They send it right back to their countries to help their people out. So that's living delicious.
That's right. What you gonna say, Hop?
No, I was about to say some of them gonna be really, really sad, you know?
Well, it's gonna go into that. Yeah. Yep.
They say standing afar off.
Here it goes.
For the fear of her torment, saying,
Yep.
Alas, alas, that the great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
That's the
right.
hour.
That's right.
That's what we went into.
You're right, because there is gonna be some sad ones. There's some groups or heathens over here, especially the ones that get fat. They love the food over here.
Now, why are they gonna be sad?
It say,
They make no money.
Yep.
it say, and the merchants of the earth
Yep.
that shall weep and mourn over her,
Yep.
for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Uh-oh.
I actually forgot about that part, honestly. See, now, without the merchants, they ain't making no profit. They know better than Esau at this point, but at the same time, without their money, they ain't shit. If these other nations ain't making no money, which they wouldn't want them to make money, because why Babylon is the biggest money maker. It's the big warehouse, a big mall. That's all it is. So without the mall, you ain't getting shit from it.
Man, what's going on now? You see a lot of the stores closing down because people not buying that shit no more.
That's right.
You got people buying that stuff at a discount rate, things like that. So all that stuff shutting down. So it's already started. We see that, but you may not see it. You're just looking at it as, oh, it's another day going by. Let me hurry up and go buy what's in here before they liquidate everything. Say the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all dying wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and brass and iron and marble.
Now, this is proving that this can't be the Vatican. This has got to be talking about America, because America's the big trade import-export. And this concubine must want to be taken. Yep.
It say in cinnamon and odors and ornaments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. All the fruits that thy soul lusted after.
Now, if I can say this, but it say the souls of men, right?
Gotta catch up.
America is a company or corporation, one of the only societies that get rich off of the death of somebody. You know?
Right.
Did it with Michael Jackson.
Not even, yeah, Michael Jackson.
That too. I heard all that. He ain't even had ownership to give to his people. They own all that.
Broke.
That and the
Prince, the estates
Prince.
they take, like you buy houses and stuff, and when you die, they take it right back.
Yeah. Because if you in the you so-called rich, you're not rich. You don't own that shit, man. Under we ain't gonna make a big video on it, but under that, under your contracts is taxation, and you got to pay taxes on that money. And half a jet can't pay tax on. If you're already broke, you can't pay tax on a $10 million contract. So what they're gonna do is they hold that in the back, and that's what they did to Red Fox. That's what they did to Michael Jackson. That's what they done to Prince. That's why they died broke. Because if you don't, they got clauses in there. If you don't fulfill your contract, then you're done. You know? So it's all smoke and mirrors. They own you, man. You know?
all right, and also going a little bit further into it, what they do with our people, not with the Negroes and the Ishmaelites, how we used to build this place. Now it's the Ishmaelites building this place. They put us further than that, but they got a big ass debt.
That's why I say the slaves.
Yeah.
You know, because the slaves.
Yeah.
I could say, in the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were vanity and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all.
Now, I look up the word corporation. It says a group of merchants Now, when you look at, again, I ain't got all day to talk 2 hours about it. When you look at the post office, that's not owned by America. Nor is UPS owned by America. Nor is the court system. Everything is separate. Everything is incorporated into American society. It says a group of merchants or traders united in a trade guild. Okay? That's what that means. Merchants. And when you look at America, that's why you have Maryland after Queen Mary. Okay? You have Virginia. You have the 13 colonies.
And that's why you got a lot of port cities.
You got the port cities. And guess what? That thick clay that started the thick clay right here was the Israelites. They did that. Let me read it again. A group of merchants or traders, the so-called white man, okay, united in the trade. Did they not do that with the Hamites? Did they not do that with the Arabs? Did they not do that with the so-called white man? Okay? That's what made America corporate. Because from the beginning, when they took down America, what they did is they united in trade. Cargo, that's why they call cargo slave ships. Now they call cargo vans or cargo ships. Because before there was actually merchandise, there were people. Okay? That's all it was, man. All right, go ahead.
They say the merchants of these.
Take this from me out.
They say the merchants of these things which were made by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. It say in the last, it say in saying.
Let me get the script. All right, go ahead. Just speak on it.
So you want me? Yeah. You finish that up, and you go in.
So it say the merchants, like they say, the merchants made by these things were rich. They stand far off, so all that stuff that they had making money off of, they gonna be gone. They're not gonna be making that money no more. It's all gonna come to naught.
7-Eleven.
Everything. All the
Slurpee.
7-Eleven.
all the stores in the cities, in these neighborhoods.
Starbucks coming to an end right now too. All of this, these millionaire companies and stuff like that having a problem with their employees getting a 25-cent raise. You know, they already getting minimum wage, and you got a problem with them getting a quarter. All that shit going to come to naught, man. And you might be somebody that can't go get a job because you probably had a history or something like that. You come into this truth, and that's a part of the hell that guy get taken up off of you, man. This place gotta get destroyed, man.
So I mean, like, it's a lot of death and destruction coming. Period. There's nothing you can do about it at all. You know, but like I say, these churches not gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you everything that's coming. The Lord is all love. He's just coming back to give you love and save you. But they not telling you how to get saved. They really not telling you about the destruction. But that's what we out here to do. To tell you about all the destruction that's coming, how this place is going to be destroyed with nuclear fire, nuclear missiles, like Russia, Korea. They building these things up for a reason. You know, they have to be used once you build them up. That's the only way they can be disarmed. They have to be used. They're not going to sit on display in no restaurant nowhere. I mean, museum.
No, this is Isaiah 13:6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. Right? It shall come as destruction from the Almighty.
Like it say, the day of the Lord is at hand. It's going to come as a day of destruction from the Almighty. Missiles, guns, swords, everything, fervor and heat is going to burn this place up.
Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
God. So like I say, everybody's going to be distraught about it. gonna be faint. It's gonna be a lot of mourning, a lot of crying. It's gonna be problems and issues going on. How you gonna deal with it? You're not gonna know how to deal with it because you're not gonna know who to pray to or you don't even know who your true power is for you to speak on it. You know, so with that, like you say, you gotta keep praying. You need to seek us in the highways and byways to come out here to learn who your true power is. That's the only way you're gonna be saved. You know, her Lord willing, you be saved. You know, as long as you practicing and rehearsing righteous acts. Because you can still be out here doing wicked shit, thinking you're gonna be saved.
You can be doing righteous stuff.
Huh?
And if the Lord don't want you, he don't want you. That's why we pray for the Lord to have mercy, because we not saved off of our works. You know? You heard me out? So we not saved off of our works. You know, we saved off of the fact that the Lord just have mercy on us. You know, that's that grace. You know?
And that's that faith we believe in. We hope in that we stay to continue doing and following after his ways. Because like you say, at any time we can go off. Yeah. At any time he can put that spirit on us to go off.
Yeah, faith is a gift.
Right, I don't have, I'm just going to be quick, but that's why it all ties into a circle, because with faith, with grace comes faith, and with faith comes the works as well, because it all revolves around the circle. Yeah. So this is, the reason I say that, because you know, scoffers might get the idea like, oh, I don't need to come, I don't do the work. But I can just sit back and have faith. Now, going into the works got to be the prophecy. Coming out and actually showing these people what's to come. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was about to say, because you had the guy that was on the cross with your house child.
Yeah.
And he was saved.
Right.
You know, his faith was still right there. You know, and he ain't do no works or anything like that. You know.
That's true.
So it's not about
always the works.
It's not about the works, but you gotta have that show your faith by your works.
The faith is the biggest.
You know, you gotta come out here and do it. If you're an able-bodied person, this is a part of what you're supposed to be coming out here doing. Now that whole salvation, we hope that you know, the Lord looks at us and be like, well, you did what I told you to do, because we are unprofitable servants. You know, just because you come out here and you teaching week in, week out, that don't mean that you're going to be saved.
Right.
You're keeping all the laws. The Lord could just be using you just for another brother to get it. Yeah. And then he just be like, you up out of there.
Yeah, because there's going to be certain elect that doesn't even come up to just doesn't be him for the Bible.
Yeah.
Like I said, this word is only meant for certain people. Yeah. It's not meant for everybody to get. But like you say, he might put the spirit on somebody who might be able to speak better, might be able to persuade you to come in. Like I say, he made us fishers of men. You know, when you're a fisherman, you have to be humble. You have to be patient. So day in, day out, we endure and go through this just being patient and hastening for that day when the Lord gonna return.
Yeah, if I can say this too, that with your like if you're the elect, ain't nothing that you can do that's gonna stop you from being the elect. You know what I'm saying? The elect has been the elect from day before the world even began.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the elect, you know, that's where the prodigal son come in. Like, you come in, you know, then you do some, man, fuck it, you know what I'm saying, do some more crazy stuff, but then you come back in, you know, and the Lord has mercy on you, you know? So the elect has been the elect from the very beginning. And there ain't nothing that we can do, you know, there ain't no competition to be the elect. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you either are or you ain't.
Like, Lord willing, we hope we part of that. You know, because how glorious would it be to get saved up out of that time when that destruction comes. You know, like, cause right now, like everybody, you claiming, oh, I'm saved, I'm saved. What you saved from? You're not saved from nothing. You're still going out here slaving. You're still getting sick. We still seeing people perish and dying daily. Famines going on in these other countries that people have no idea about, but yet they shopping and living it up.
This is Joel 2:31. The sun shall be turned
into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come.
God, that's them signs we looking for. So the moment we see that, man, we gonna know, like, man, this is over. It's almost over. Lord on his way. He here. You know, this is what we waiting for, those signs in the earth and those wonders. Come. So like I say, when you say the sun going, bringing it out again one more time.
It's Joel 2 and 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come.
Kind of like I say, right now it's sunny out. Let's say the sun gonna be darkened.
Right.
So it's gonna be dark. It ain't gonna be no more light out here. How it's gonna be darkened? Because it's gonna become like them clouds, them angels on them ships. It's gonna block the sunlight out. The moon gonna give off blood. Like I say, when we see this, we gonna rejoice. We gonna be happy. At the same time, we gonna be trembling with fear, hoping and praying that the Lord has salvation on us, and we get to be saved up out of this time. The Amos 5 and 8. So like I say, hey, that's just what we waiting for. We just enduring, being patient, taking all the hell that we gonna catch, because that's the times we living in.
Oh, there's Amos. There's Amos 5 and 15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord, God of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Who's that remnant? That's that whole elect, that 1/3. You know, hopefully, that's why I say hate the evil and love the good. You gotta hate the shit that's going on in this world. How can you love the things that's going on and want this world to continue? We don't want this world to continue. We don't want to keep living under this so-called white man rule and shit. You know, but right now that's how we have to endure and keep doing what we have to do until the Lord returns.
Death to America! Death to America! Yeah, death to America! Death to America! Death to America!
This is the shit that goes on here, man. You think we want to continue to live in this shit?
Death to America!
This shit.
For real, I love you, sir. You're my brother. I want to. Hey, you want to back up, and I want to let you know I love you. We don't love America. God hates America. But God hates America. Joe, God hates America.
Sir, I love you. I'll die for all of you.
Yeah.
All of you. I already have brothers that died for you. That's fine.
So you love America.
We are the same color.
Did you know Russia's going to send missiles? Did you know Russia's going to send missiles to America?
Agitate, brothers. Keep agitating.
Hey, the Lord gonna kill all you motherfuckers, man. Hey, Yahweh.
Hey, Ship.
America. Babylon. America. Babylon. Fuck y'all motherfuckers, man. The Lord gonna kill all y'all niggas, man. The Lord gonna kill all y'all. Get Revelation 18 and 6, man. Y'all scared of Russia, man. Get Revelation 18 and 1. See how the Spirit of the Lord pushed them devils on down the street? That ain't nothing but the Spirit of the Lord pushed them devils down the street, man. Hit Numbers 35 and 33 then.
Tight ass fucking pants and shit.
You get it. Numbers Revelation 18:6, Numbers 35 and 33.
I got Revelation.
You got Revelation?
Look, man, we stand bold for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
That's why we were just up here talking about destruction. This is why destruction got to come to this people. Because of wicked shit.
And all you gonna go to Babylon, I mean the valley of the Jehoshaphat, and you gonna get destroyed, man. Right? I was over there, I didn't even see them coming up. 18 and 1, you just saw 1. 35, 33.
Look at that.
Put the camera. Put the camera, man. It's all good, man. It's all good.
35, Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
You should not pollute the land that you in. The so-called white man pollutes this land, man.
That's right.
It's because of that American military, man, that destroyed the Native Americans, man.
That's right.
What about when y'all destroyed the Native Americans, man?
That's right.
Y'all destroyed the Native Americans. You brought our ass to captivity.
We don't stand for America. We don't stand for America. America's going to be destroyed.
You're for America, right? Right, but what did America do to get this land? What did the white man do to create America, man?
Talking about taking away from
the Native Americans, right. Well, according to the Bible, they have to pay for that. Why didn't they get paid back for that? Russia's going to send nuclear missiles to destroy this place. You know? Read Numbers 35. We just reading the Bible. Let's go. All we doing is reading the Bible.
I'm just trying to listen to what they're saying.
What's that in Matthew 13? Anyone hear the word? Anyone hear the word and understand it?
No, we good, man. We're
Just come to the wicked one.
The Lord going to destroy y'all, man.
The Lord's going to destroy America, man. The Lord's going to destroy America.
Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Right. Shall not be unpunished. And see this simple as food, you got like that, man. You know?
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Right. Right. Go ahead, let's read on that. God. This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Right. The follow the land. Yes, through the blood, it defileth the land. Right. The blood that you shed on the Native Americans defiled this land. The so-called Hispanics and Mexicans and Natives, you devils have destroyed it, man. What's going on?
And the land cannot be cleansed.
Yep.
But of the blood that is shed therein.
Right.
But by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, so the only way America's going to be great again is when a nuclear missiles, where the nuclear missile sign, that's right. It's going to destroy this place, man. That's what's going to make America great. Okay? That's what's going to make America great. Who got the camera? That's what's going to make America great, man. You know? The water, huh?
I on the bus.
Hey, the Lord, we asked for some.
Matter of fact, I got a pretty.
Yeah, he could get the scriptures to you. I mean, you speak. Okay, go ahead. Read the precepts.
It's Deuteronomy 27 and 25. It say, "Cursed be he that taketh reward to slay an innocent person."
Right.
And all the people shall say, "Amen."
Right. They talking about they got people that die for us. Y'all going over there killing little babies and stuff, killing people's parents, killing babies' parents and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they got a problem with what's going on in other nations for, man. You know? All those people out there are puppets, man. You know? Every last one of them are puppets, man. And the Lord going to destroy every last one of them, man. You know? You had that guy that came up and he trying to learn.
Token Negro.
Yeah, but he was trying to learn, right? Whether he was sincere or not, you know? And then here come Esau, let's go. Fucking devils, man. And they came up on us, we stationary. You know what I'm saying?
But we don't, man, we only fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Bold as lions. I know I turned around, I seen all them devils, man. Y'all had no precept. I wanted to get Joel, the 3rd chapter. Read Joel 3 and 1, man. Start at 1.
All right.
Let's see what's going to happen to these devils. See, when this stuff happens, that's when scriptures should start flying in your head, man. Go ahead.
All right. It's Joel, the 3rd chapter. But behold, in those days, and that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Yep. The Israelites.
The barrier. You got that charger?
Is it dead yet?
Not yet.
We're gonna go a little bit longer. Go ahead.
I don't want it to die, so it won't upload, so to keep uploading.
Okay. Go to 7. No. Go to 12. 11. Read 11. Yeah, real quick.
Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
Go ahead. Read it.
Oh, then the cause thy mighty ones to come down, oh Lord.
Right.
Let the heathen be awakened.
Yeah, the scripture says let the heathens be awakened. So when you go over in the Middle East and you start fighting these wars, guess what? That's the war of Armageddon. Armageddon. Okay? Y'all gonna go fight that war, put the camera on them. Y'all gonna go fight that war of Armageddon, man. And y'all gonna get destroyed, man. It's like a homosexual. I don't give a goddamn. Go ahead,
Let the heathen be awakened.
Let the heathen be awakened.
A lot of them gonna be my slaves, man.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Especially that one that came up here with that fucking devil head on his fucking arm. You know? You got it, Ashlaki.
Showing the nakedness. And come up to the valley of
Jehoshaphat.
Jehoshaphat.
Right, which is Yehoshaphat. Okay? That's what's going to happen. The heathen going to be awakened and they're going to come to the valley of Yehoshaphat, man. That's over in the Middle East. That's where all those wars, the Syria, okay, what's happening in Syria, which America got a chemical company in Syria. These army guys don't even know about what's going on, man. All they know is they fighting for their land. This ain't your land. Secondly, this land is broken. They call it the United States of America, man, the biggest goddamn joke. The America's not united. Where'd they get that from? You commit a crime in California, okay, you leave, you gotta be extradited back to California. There's no uniting that. Okay, go ahead, Al.
All right.
What the hell he want, man?
Bugged out.
Just being cool.
I was on it.
Con, I seen him too.
What the fuck is he want? All right, go ahead.
But there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Now, you got over there, you see how they think they big, bad, and tough? They got young men his age strapping shit on and ready to blow up and kill them. You got guys over there that got nothing to live for. But they have everything to live for. They want to come back and see their wife. They got the picture. They lick the picture and stick it up on in their tent.
Meanwhile, while they overseas, they wife on post pop and everything.
Yep. They even got a site for military wives, man.
Yep.
Where they getting Jake to come over and bend them over, man. You know? That's pretty much it. I'll go ahead. Back to you, bro. You got go ahead. Hey, that riled you up. The spirit will rile you up. As soon as we threw it the curses, the devils walk on down the street.
They got quiet. I know they got quiet as motherfucker.
They're like one or two more scriptures.
Yeah.
Halfway, not halfway, but coming down here and showing all that nakedness, having the pants all the way up here. Oh, it's halfway seeing everything.
That's effeminate. All that shit is effeminate spirits.
Yeah, and he humping on himself.
America's fucking.
All they gonna do is go over there and rape them goddamn Arabs or some shit, the Ishmaelites, the mixture of people. They gonna rape animals.
You see how that one guy looked like he was a G. Came up, he was soft as shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a G.
He had a lot of sugar in his tank though.
Yep.
I'm just trying to find out what you. I can't even fucking imitate the shit. I got too much fucking testosterone.
Right, but that shows you how they do. They get weak-minded people and they try to build them down to break them back up to be a killer.
But you can't sit up there and discipline your own children. But they can take your children and curse them out. And you know who accepted? The black woman. She'll say, that's good. I got a son in the military. Yes, he's making something of himself. You nigga women are the worst, man. Black nigga bitches.
Marvin Gaye got alert when he said it's a damn shame he sent that boy off to die.
Yeah.
I think he was thinking about his brother
Yep.
that went over there and got killed or something.
Yep.
Could be wrong, but that's the
Yeah, they send us all over to the war, and they tell you they got laws that you can't curse at your children, you can't punish them. But then you get drafted in the military, and guess what they doing? They cursing out your children, and they punishing them, making them do push-ups and shit.
Go to jail, we kill somebody.
They don't wake up at 3 o'clock.
Right.
Somebody. But yet they could go to all these countries, invade them, do what they want. You know, and it's not a problem. You know, but all that, like I say, all this shit gonna come to an end. You know, we got a few more scriptures, and then, like I say, this ready to come to an end. Real soon. It's only for so long we gotta go through this and doing this wicked, nasty, filthy shit.
Yeah, they want to see when hell kick off. This is Zephaniah. Yeah, this is Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and it has it's like a haste of greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Like you say, they're gonna be over there crying when the day of the Lord comes. Like I say, the missiles coming. All these men think they mighty, yelling, crying and shit. They're gonna be over there crying in them fields when they getting blown up.
Hell yeah.
By them missiles and they can't come back over here.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a dreadful day. Like I say, we hasten for that day. We can't wait for it to come. It's nothing but death and destruction. They carrying around a flag, don't know the meaning behind it, or they might do, but yet that's who they represent. They represent this so-called wicked.
It's 15. The day, so like that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. Right. So everybody thinks this place is going to go on forever. The prophets of old prophesied against these great kingdoms. How you know who the real prophets are? The ones where they ain't got to
go into that field, man.
So where's the Jew rat? So-called fake Jew.
It's funding the shit.
This Lord.
Like I say,
He and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick dark. Right?
Day of clouds and thick dark. All that is death and right. Because those missiles gonna be on. We're gonna have troops invading. It's gonna be a whole bunch of wrath and destruction that we waiting on. That's what we can't wait.
Oh, yeah, we done. Yeah, we done. Yeah, well, with that, you know, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakak.
Hey, that's cool.
Connection on. It's all right. Hey, the Lord gives you what he, you know.
Give you what you
The Lord gave it to us in a big way. You got to be careful. Yeah. I don't like that. I'm fucking eating my stepping up like that. I like that. I like that bullshit. Hey, the Lord is the Lord. I set up the light. You know, I wanted to go down there too. I get some tools, but it just fucked it all up. You know what I'm saying?
The lady, you heard the lady that when they came out, me and him and y'all heard her.
Yeah.
What she say?
Say, hey, you dirty scumbag.
Oh, yeah, I heard
So